Man, one thing I just love about this game is the process of it all. This sport is just, it's every week's a season.
Just having that bond and just having the crowd every night running out the tunnel, it's awesome. And just the adrenaline that goes on during a close game, but stuff like that, I love it.
Once you get into Portageville Bulldogs, you stay there. Are they nice? Just love coming out here, seeing people in the stands. Once I get on the football field, I lock in and do my thing.
It's just the grit, just the toughness of it. It's just fun to always be constantly hitting somebody or just constantly battling somebody.
I love most about football is just being out here to come play with your friends and the competitive aspect of just playing in front of a crowd and playing for this team.
Yeah, we've always grew up playing baseball, but football is just something different. Getting to go out there with your boys all the time, banging helmets is just so much fun.
It's definitely the kids and just watching them become more than what they thought they could be.
I just love being able to lead the team, and it's an honor to be able to come out and play with these guys.
We usually, like in the locker room or in the weight room, we're always yelling, screaming, getting everybody hyped right before we do like a big bench or whatever. Everybody's already surrounding everybody, just getting hyped, slapping each other, just getting really hyped.
It's a great group of guys. They're bought into what we do. Having a new coach and having things change up, it's a tough thing to go through, but everyone's bought in, and we come out here every day and give 100% effort, and I feel like that really was going to make us successful.
I'd hope you'd say that I get everything I got at all times, because it's the truth. And I'm here to win. Hopefully they think the same thing, and they do the same thing.
Yeah, I really respect our linemen and our big boys because they don't get all of the praise and respect they deserve, but they really bought in, and that's big for the team.
It just came to me one day, seeing my dad playing in the yard, throwing the football. So I just went out there with him and started throwing the football with him. That's how I started loving football.
The lights, the crowd, just the cheering on the fans there. Just something great to be a part of.
I feel like we got a really big home field advantage because every time we come out here, there's a big crowd, and they always show out for us, and that's what I love about Portageville.
Really, there's nothing, it's once again, it's a very unique sport compared to all other, sports even that you play in high school. But just that atmosphere on the Friday night, it's electric. You can feel it, you can smell it, it's just one of those things where, and especially if you're rolling, it's a lot of fun because you got a lot of support behind you.
Well, of course, we always hope to have a state championship in a ring. But I think to do that, we definitely got to have grittiness this year. You always have to be positive. Can't get down on yourself. We have to make sure that we are working at all times, which we are. A lot of them boys out there, they got some grittiness.
Everybody wants to win this year. We want to prove people wrong, so hopefully we can get there. It'll take work, but we can do it.
The thing I love most about football is I love this team, and I love the brotherhood that we got.
What I love most about the game is the aggression, the adrenaline that comes from it. Every time we jog out for the game, the energy's always high, and everybody's yelling, rooting us on. It feels great.
I like how hard it is. It's an uncomfortable sport all the way around. It takes a lot of passion, a lot of hard work to be good at it. It takes 11 guys playing together to make a play even work. I wish every high school age boy would play football, but it's not for everybody. It takes a special, selfless person, really. Somebody that's trying to help their teammates get better, and they're not in it for themselves. Those are typically going to be where you have the most success.
Probably the very first play. I love every bit about it. And I also like running out too, but there's nothing to beat that very first play or anything like that. I love everything about it. I love the people, coaches, teammates, and the bond that we got. Hopefully they call me somewhat of a leader and, like I said, a hard worker, and just always going to be here for my people.
Definitely the second half. I love coming out and just still wearing it on them. They're going to think we're exhausted, tired. I don't get tired. I bring it on all game. Teaching the young guys, and next year I won't be here, and they're going to step up, just teaching them what to do, getting them ready for it. I just try to get them fired up, get them in the zone. I let them know, I mean, when they're doing right, when they're doing wrong. We're in the trenches. I mean, you got to get down and dirty. It's what I love.
We try to, instill that into our guys to just get better, and not necessarily pay attention to what the score is or what all is going on, all the noise around you. You just show up and get better every day and get someone else better every day. Once they buy into that, once they kind of own that, it kind of takes off. But they've showed up all summer and they've put in a lot of really good work, and so hopefully we can keep growing.
First off, I think for everybody, we want to win conference. Then after we win conference, districts, then just keep winning and winning and winning. And overall going undefeated, hopefully.
I've gotten a lot stronger. I mean, got something to prove this year. And the expectations are high. I mean, hoping to go far. Should do better than we did last year. That's the main goal.
As always, I appreciate the support of New Madrid County. This has been a wonderful place to coach football. The support's been great. The fans are great. We've got a lot of fans at our games every Fridays, whether we're home or away. And they know that they support this group of guys trying to get better, trying to be successful. And this group knows that they represent the community, and we want to represent it in a positive way.
It's going to be a good one. I'm excited. We're all excited.
Welcome to Thursday night under the lights for high school football here on Aycorp Sports. We're coming to you from New Madrid County Central High School, where the Eagles are set to take on the Portageville Bulldogs. Alongside my broadcast partner for this evening, James Hodges, I am Jim Riker.
Yeah, Jim, this is our last game of the regular season for high school football. District play begins next week all over the state of Missouri. This is Aycorp's third football season, and this game has been the most watched game for the past 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons, this has been a classic matchup. Many of those players from the last 2 seasons have graduated, but when these two meet, it becomes a great rivalry. New Madrid comes in with a record of 3 wins, 5 losses. They have started off the season with 4 straight losses before winning 3 in a row. Before a loss at Sykeston last week. Portageville has a record of 4-4. They start off the season with 3 wins before a tough run, losing 4 out of 5. They are coming off 2 tough losses, one to Father Tolton Catholic and last week to Crothersville. The defense gave up 55 in each of those losses.
But to be fair to Portageville, those last 2 weeks, James, Father Tolton and Crothersville, both pretty outstanding teams. I mean, Crothersville, one of the top teams certainly in southeast Missouri. Father Tolton has played very, very well. So nothing to be ashamed of there. But they've got to find a way to get things going again tonight as we're getting ready now for districts only a week away.
Yeah, I think Crothersville, they're obviously state ranked. I was looking there earlier. They're ranked 7th in the state at 7-1. They had 24 points, and they're looking at probably a 2 seed, I'd say, in Class 2 District 1, probably behind Valley Catholic.
Right.
And then, you got Eastbury and some other teams battling in here. This is one of the few districts that's not set yet. Everything else is pretty much cut and dry from what I've seen, Jim.
That's right. And the interesting thing about tonight's game is there's every good chance that next Friday night these two teams play again.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great rivalry for the county, kind of the battle of New Madrid County. We'll see what happens tonight. When it comes to rivalry games, Jim, you know as good as I do. I mean, anything can happen.
Absolutely. And as a coach, do you, if knowing that you're going to, if you're both New Madrid and Portageville, knowing you're going to play each other again next week, do you hold some things back? How do you go about that exactly?
Yeah, just from a coach's standpoint, I mean, both of them are going to have a few gimmick plays that they may just save and keep up their, in case they do meet again. Because in the grand scheme of things, that's when it really matters, is once district play. Not that this doesn't, it's for county bragging rights, but you're going to see some different stuff. And then, you've got a week to prepare looking at the film and so both of them are going to have, both coaches will have something that they can throw out if they need to next week.
So for New Madrid, their offense in particular runs through Charlie Rossano.
Absolutely. Great running back. I had the pleasure of watching that game. I watched the fourth quarter when they played Eastbury, week 3, after I did stats for you and Bobby during the Dexter Sykeston game, and very impressive. And then a bounce attack. Nola Mungle throws the ball around the field. I think he had over 100 yards passing that night against Eastbury in week 3. I think it was a 3-point game, a lot of lead changes back and forth. So pretty balanced, but definitely a dangerous team.
And then on the other side of the field, Portageville has had some injuries. They, started off strong, and they've been a little bit of a I guess a Jekyll and Hyde kind of team this year. That one week they'll play really, really well. The next week, they handled Haytide team with ease, but then Scott City got them at home. They lost big to a Charleston team. Now that was on Hurricane night, so that's a little bit different, certainly.
It was.
But so they really need to find a way, I think, to get some consistency here as they get into the very end of the season.
Yeah, Portageville, I have seen them play in person. I watched them play against Malden. Obviously, Malden's still down a little bit this year. But they looked really good that night. But just talking to some people down in Portageville, they've had to deal with some injuries. Now, on a good thing, they have gotten Bogan back that night.
Yes. And
Bogan really had a strong – so the offense really got going that night. But, again, with Portageville playing a kind of a rival game here, anything can happen, on this field tonight.
Yeah, with you've got a couple of Bogans that run the football a little bit for Portageville. The Higginbottom kid runs it well, and I was impressed when they played Scott City, I think it was, about how well Parton threw the football. He really found some his wide receivers fairly well that night. It seemed like.
Yeah, Parton's very athletic. He does a good job. When you flush him out of the pocket, he's a playmaker. He can make things happen, or he can tuck it, put it down, and run over to somebody. So, when the ball's in his hand, anything can happen for the Bulldogs.
Do you think that with both these teams down, certainly from last year, do you think it's primarily because both teams were so senior laden last year that these kids just didn't get quite as much chance to play, probably?
Yeah, just talking to some people down at Portageville, a lot of their seniors that were maybe leaders in the area as far as defensive leaders, tackles, stuff like that, really didn't get much playing time last year on the varsity level. Now they got in maybe at the end of the game when they were up big,
right.
But as far as just good quality minutes, ones on ones, I mean, it's as well as I do, when starters are going against starters, it's totally different.
It's a different game. That's exactly right. So this, as we mentioned, this is the last regular season weekend for football here in Southeast Missouri. We will have no games tomorrow night. There will be a variety of games around the area. This is our last regular season game. And then next week we will start with district volleyball. Will have a contest, the Class 3 district championship on Tuesday night from Dexter. On Thursday night will be in the sectional game, but in Class 1 between District 1 and 2 at the District 2 Champions Gym, and then next Saturday we'll be in for a quarterfinal game. Those games will all be on Misha TV. They will be pay-per-view. Once we get to District, that's where we get to. So it'll be on Misha TV. Next week on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday we'll have volleyball. No football next Friday night. But then the next Friday night, the 8th, we'll get back into some football as we get into the semifinals of the districts, and we'll follow some of these teams around for district championships and hopefully onward from there. We are about 2 minutes before the start of this one. I think we're going to take a quick break, give James and I a little chance to get set up here, and then we'll be back in 30 seconds with kickoff and the play-by-play from New Madrid with Portageville and the New Madrid County Eagles. We are back at New Madrid County, and we've had the coin toss here, and New Madrid County will receive to start the football game. So Portageville will kick off, and we're going to see the Eagles on offense to start this one off and see how Noah Mungle and the offense does for the Eagles here as we start this game. James, we were talking, some of the other districts in Class 1, that's St. Vincent's is sort of the dominant Class 1, District 1 team. Hayti would have maybe given them a little run, but with the injuries they've had, that's going to be a little tougher for them probably. Charleston's had a decent season, but really it sort of looks like that's St. Vincent's district to lose.
Yeah, St. Vincent, solid program up there. And I was kind of joking with someone earlier, Perryville's always kind of been known for their soccer, and, it's the Perryville Pirates had a good, good year up there.
Right.
And, of course, the St. Vincent Indians, so maybe the tide's turning a little bit around Perryville. So.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Alex Hawks will kick off here for the Portageville Bulldogs. He will be doing the kicking. Tillman and Jones back deep for the Eagles, not very deep, just standing about the 22-yard line or so they're not expecting a very deep kick here, and we're about set to go in this battle of New Madrid County. Hawks runs up, kicks it, line drive kick, taken there at the 25, to the 30. He cuts outside to the 40, to the 50, down the sideline, cuts back, nice move back, stays on his feet down to the 32-yard line. That was Eric Tillman with the return. Hawks on the tackle, and New Madrid starts off in great field position.
Yeah, Tillman found a seam there along that left side, Jim, and he didn't dance around. He just got it go. I tell you what, the young man's got a burst of energy. It's got a little speed on him.
He did. Lots of speed there. So New Madrid County starts off from the Portageville 32-yard line. Quarterback is, I believe, Noah Mungle, a sophomore. He's got Rossano back there behind him. They pitch it out to Rossano. He cuts it up the field. He cuts outside to the 15, to the 20, 15, 10, 5, and touchdown, New Madrid County. Well, that didn't take very long.
That young man, like I told you earlier, Jim, I watched him play week 3 against East Prairie, and he was a tall task for the Eagles. Eventually, the Eagles stopped him and won the game, but he made a statement early and often against East Prairie early this year.
Nice job by Rossano there for the touchdown. Not touching. It's a 6-0 lead. Charleston to kick the extra point, and it is good. Just sneaks over the crossbar. So we've just got 16 seconds gone in this one, and it is 7 for New Madrid County, nothing for Portageville. They'll be getting the football. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on Aycorp Sports.
At First State Bank and Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank and Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
So, New Madrid County, 16 seconds into the ballgame, has a 7-0 lead on a 32-yard touchdown run by Charlie Rosano. Extra point was good.
Close on to kick. Back deep for the Bulldogs, number 2.
Close on to kick.
Bogan, and number 8, James Shalley.
Bogan and Shalley back deep for the Bulldogs. They stand at about the 15-yard line. See if we can get a good return for Portageville here. Kick is high, rather short. Caught there at the 20. He's to the 25, 30, 35, 40. Breaks one tackle, gets up to the 45, and is going to be brought down at about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for Portageville. A nice return, 24-yard return, and good field position, James, for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Shalley got run up on that wedge and kind of attacked the defense there. Ran that ball hard. For a sophomore especially. I mean, that's a young kid, and obviously not afraid to get up in there in the meat.
Rylan Parton, quarterback for the Bulldogs. He'll have Houston Parton back there with him, as well as Bogan. Goes off to Parton. He cuts out left side. Good defensive pressure. They're not going to bring him down for a big loss. About a 6-yard loss there. Parton never could quite get around the corner. Jaquan Jones, one of the kids out on the tackle for New Madrid County.
No, Jim, that right defensive end, right outside linebacker there for New Madrid County Central did a good job of stretching that play out and attacking, and had good pursuit from the backside there. Nice job with the gang tackling.
So 2nd and 16 now, back at the 38 for Portageville. Higginbottom in the backfield along with Parton.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down, 16.
Long snap over the head. He tries to get back on it. We'll see who recovers. I believe recovery by New Madrid County Central. Eric Tillman with the recovery, and New Madrid County short field once again. So far, just a nightmare start for Portageville so far.
Yeah, the snap is obviously high. Parton got a finger on it, but I mean, that's definitely not the way you want to start. Now, if you come out and get a good defensive stand and take a shot deep, I mean, who knows? But obviously, you got to get a stop here.
So Rosano in the backfield with Mungle. Bad snap the other way now, and they fall on, still loose on the ground, and let's see what it is, and it may be Portageville that comes up with that. And they do. One good bad snap deserves another, apparently, and Portageville picks up about six yards on that exchange and will take over on offense now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're New Madrid County Central, obviously that's the last thing what happened. You've got Portageville on the ropes, and obviously you want to try to put them away early. But like I said, as we mentioned earlier, rivalry game, anything can happen. So
absolutely.
I think the jitters will probably clear up, and we'll see some better football here on out.
Higginbottom in the backfield behind Parton. They give it up the gut to Higginbottom. He gets to the 46, 47-yard line maybe, and it'll be maybe 46, we'll call it, bring a pickup of about 3 to 3.5 on the play, 2nd down and a long 6.
Jim, that was a nice pancake block by number 60, Jacob Altice. He just flattened that New Madrid County defender there about midfield.
So the Parton brothers and Higginbotham in the backfield. 2 wide receivers split left for New Madrid County. They put one in motion. They give it off to Parton. He cuts it up and is going to be taken down at about the 49-yard line of New Madrid County. So into New Madrid County territory for the first time tonight. 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, the Portageville offense, they pulled their lineman there on the right side, and they got up on the hoe on the left side to kind of lead the way.
Bogan and Parker Law split out to the right. Higginbottom and Parton in the backfield with Houston Parton. They give it to Higginbottom. He's got the first down and more down inside the 45-yard line to the 44. Just a nice straight-ahead rush there for the first down, and it's a 1st and 10 for Portageville.
How about the quarterback there, Houston Parton, getting up in there and leading the way through? That was a nice block.
Yeah.
Up to the 44, 1st and 10, Portageville.
You like to see your specialty guys getting up in there and
exactly
leading the way.
right. That'll fire the rest of the team up, I'd say. 2 wide receivers right. Snap. Off to Higginbottom. He tries to cut it outside. He does. Gets outside partially and picks up about 3 on the play. They're good defensive pressure that time, or good defensive pursuit by the Eagles.
Yeah, New Madrid just kind of stretched that out to the boundary, ran him out. We'll see if Portageville takes it back to the right side, to the wide side of the field this time. They might be setting something up.
It's again 2 wide outs to the right.
43.
Split backs behind Parton in the backfield. Parton looks to throw. He does throw long. He's got a man down there and just overthrows Xavier Bogan there, and it'll bring up a 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, he had his man that time, Jim. Xavier got behind the defense, and I said, if you're the defender back there, you always want to be deep as the defense, but he just kind of overshot him just a little bit.
We've got a young man down for New Madrid County, and that's while they check on him. We're going to take a 30-second break. It is New Madrid County 7, Portageville 0 here on Aycorp Sports.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
Zach Gamlin was the young man that was shaken up on the play. He's walking off under his own power, thankfully, for the Eagles. It brings up a 3rd down and 8 for Portageville here. 9:32 to go in the first quarter, and 7-0 lead for New Madrid County. And that when you try to go long like that, James, it's great if it connects, but if not, you leave yourself in sort of a tough situation. But I guess you would assume you're in 4-down territory here, probably.
Yeah, you do. I think they might have seen something up top with their guys up here in the press box, but sometimes you do want to take a shot to keep the defense honest, kind of open up your run game.
So 3rd and 8, and we're going to have a
flags for the snap.
Motion on the play there. We'll see if it's an offside procedure. Going to be a procedure call on one of the guards, I believe, jumps. It'll might bring up a 3rd and 13.
Yeah, you had number 50, Eli Wheeler. I think he was your right guard getting ready to pull left, and he obviously didn't have the snap count down. You always see him look at the wrist coach, and
right
when that happens.
Yeah. So 3rd and 13 now for the Bulldogs. Pitch outside to Higginbottom. He gets to the 45, strung out nicely, and a nice defensive play right there. That is Eric Tillman with a fine defensive play for the Eagles.
I'll tell you what, Jim, he's having himself quite a senior night. He's started the game with a good return, got the fumble raw go,
right.
and made a great defensive play. So definitely a strong player in all aspects as far as offense, defense, and special teams.
4th down situation for Portageville.
So Portageville will be forced to punch here.
Lining up to punt, number 9, Evan Windsor.
Windsor, a sophomore, back to punt for the Bulldogs. Snap is good. It's a good kick down the field. It's going to bounce at about the 25, bounce inside the 15, inside the 10, all the way down to about the 8. So nice punt, puts New Madrid County in a not great field position, and they'll see if the defense from Portageville can force a 3-and-out and get it back.
Yeah, special teams can really, especially if your offense is stalling like that and you get a punt like that, kind of keep you in the game. So we'll see what kind of a defense Portageville has here as they start off defending deep in New Madrid County Central territory.
New Madrid County sort of shot themselves in the foot on the last series with a bad snap and a fumble, which was recovered by Portageville. So we'll see how that plays out here. We've got Mungle back there at the quarterback spot. Hands off, out to the right side. He's going to be out. A big gain. He may go. He is going to go all the way. No flags on the field, and he's going to have 6. 92-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they've got to find an answer for him. I mean, he's
Jaden Williams, a freshman, with the 92-yard touchdown run, and I'm not sure a freshman knows the field's 100 yards long. Hardly. That's he was worn out at the end of that.
Yeah, that New Madrid County Central definitely has some athletes over here on this side, Jim. And if you're Portageville, you've got to stop the big play, or it's going to be a quick fourth quarter.
Yeah,
tonight.
you got it, and they did not contain very well on that. The outside, they didn't force him back to the middle at all.
They did not, and that's where you're going to have your help.
The kick, wide left, no good.
You got to tell your outside linebackers need to tack the outside shoulder with your inside shoulder and push everything back in where you have some help. Your scrapers, your linebackers should be coming around the field, and it's not happening yet.
No, it is not. You're exactly right. So 13-0 New Madrid County with the early lead here. We're just about 4 minutes into this first quarter of this game on senior night here at New Madrid County. As we mentioned, New Madrid County comes in 3-5 on the record. Portageville 4-4, and unless there's a shakeup in the district, these two teams would meet again. And right now, I believe New Madrid County is the higher seed, so it would be here again next Friday night, correct?
It would. So, like you said, like we kind of talked in the pregame, you may obviously Portageville, if it continues with this trend, they're going to have some adjustments to make, but don't count the Bulldogs out just yet. We've got a lot of football left.
Oh, absolutely right. Absolutely.
And number 8, James Shelley.
So it'll be a kicking off will be Closum. Kick. It's a good one. And gonna go out of bounds. Good job there by Shalley. Thought about picking that up and then thought, ooh, this is right out of bounds. I better let it go. So that'll be a penalty flag, and it'll be at the 40-yard line. Is that right? 35.
Yeah, 35.
35.
Definitely a smart play by the youngster. I mean, you want to let it go out of bounds and take the penalty. Obviously, more times than not, you're gonna return it. You know, that's
right.
35 from that.
Exactly right. And with his momentum, if he'd have picked it up, he probably would have stepped out of bounds right there. So good choice.
Correct.
So now Portageville's got to get something going offensively here as they trail 13-0. 8:21 to go in the first quarter. They're going to go to a power formation here. Like straight pitch back to Bogan. And New Madrid County ready for that. And he's going to be stopped there for about a 2-yard loss. We'll call it. He got back to the 34. So they saw a steady diet New Madrid did of that last year in this game. And I would say they may have watched that film a little bit this year.
Definitely did. You can tell by the way they're playing. I think if you're Portageville, maybe you can set up like a little counter with the good pursuit and like bend something backward, and you may have something, but you gotta set it up first.
So you've got Bogan back there, sort of at the quarterback spot. 3 blockers on the left side. Now they do that sweep to this side. Bogan brings it out this way. He's to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and across the 50. Good call, Coach.
Yeah, maybe they can hear us on the headphones now. Coach, he's been around for a while. Like I said, it's you always want to set that play up. So they'll revisit that here in a minute, but definitely to keep the defense honest, you've got to have a counter to come back the other way.
Unless you have Jamarion Smith, and then you didn't have to have that, did you?
That's right. Then you just line up and play.
That's right. So they come back out in that power set once again. That is Higginbottom at the quarterback spot. He takes it, sort of fumbles it, but gets it back and picks up about, we'll call it maybe 3 on that, so bring up 2nd down and 7, just straight up off the left tackle.
Yeah, Jim, I kind of like that by the Portageville offense. Just line up and run right at you. You know, you got a team as athletic as New Madrid County Central. More times than not, you're not going to get outside on them unless you fool them.
And that if you can beat down on them a little bit, beat on them, maybe then that 3rd and 4th quarter you wear them out a little bit as well, because a lot of these kids go both ways. So
absolutely.
Higginbotham out to the left side. He's going to try to get outside. He tries to cut back in, but great pursuit, just what you were talking about. Once again, Rossano with the tackle.
We got a late flag coming in here, Jim.
Going to have well, being late like that, you would assume it might be a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct or something, but we'll see.
They're pointing at the defense.
Nope.
Helmet to helmet.
So it'll be going to go on the helmet-to-helmet block. Going to go on Portageville. That'll move it back.
And that's a big penalty. Like I said, the game's really evolved and changed. You know, a lot of safety with the concussions and stuff like that.
Right.
The walk-off will move the ball
a lot different than the football you and I grew up watching.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. And probably it's far the better for the safety of the kids, certainly, but it is a different style of what you can and can't do now, no question.
Yeah, it's more of a finesse game, and like I said, each year these players, athletes get bigger, faster, stronger, and you've got to keep them safe.
Absolutely. So that sort of forces Portageville to go to this more wide out set. They've got 2 wide receivers left, 2 right. They throw it out left side, down the sideline. He's to the 50, across the 50 to the 45. Bogan with the catch there, and is going to get down to make third down, and we'll call it maybe 9 or so.
Now, I like that play, Jim. Even though they have struggled getting outside, a little now pass, just a quick hit, get upfield and get what you can get, find a seam. They'll come back to that later.
Absolutely. Once again, 2 left, 2 right. Higginbotham in the backfield. Parton looks downfield. He's got a man open, overthrows him, and it is
Ryland Parton's pass is
picked off, but there's a flag on the play, so let's see what that is.
Number 3, Jaden Guest Newsom.
That flag may be a defensive holding. It's in the area, at least, of a defensive holding.
We do have a flag back
a pass
on the 34.
interference. All right, so that will negate the interception and give the Bulldogs, I believe, a first down with that 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's definitely a big play.
His pass interference against the Eagles.
Yeah, pass was overthrown there by Parton, by Ryland Parton, or Houston Parton, but it was all right because of the penalty.
Football at the 31 of the Eagles.
So first and 10 from the 31 for Portageville. And Parton gets him to jump with the hard count.
Jim, I like that call right there, right after a mistake by New Madrid County Central. They're not thinking about the snap count, so why not do a long count? Keep them honest. I like that call by Coach.
Yeah, I think we saw Parton do that about 4 or 5 times when we had them against Scott City. He's really talented at that. Parton keeps it, tries to get outside, does get outside a little bit, gets inside the first down, and picks up about 6 or 7, and will have the first down.
Yeah, it looked like he was setting up an option. I was just talking to Coach Pender on the coach's office the other day. He was talking about how athletic he was and good at running an option, stuff like that. So you got to respect that if you're New Madrid County Central.
So down to the 19-yard line of New Madrid County Central, first and 10 for Portageville. Higginbotham in the backfield. Parton comes this way. He's cut off. Now he goes back the opposite direction. He's got a little bit of room to run, but cut down fairly quickly. There may be a yard game or right at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Williams on the tackle. Good job by Parton of realizing he was cut off on this side, trying to get back, but great pursuit by New Madrid County.
Yeah, great pursuit over there on the far side. And again, that's a freshman, so he's already made his presence known on the offensive end with a 90-something-yard touchdown and then a nice play on defense there, Jim.
So 2nd and 9 for Portageville. See what they try to come up with here. Parton up the middle. He's going to be inside. Nice, lowers his shoulder, gets to the 10. It'll be close to a first down. I believe he's got a first down, so it'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs as Parton just kept it himself, followed his blocker, and then kicked it up the field.
Yeah, Jim, if I'm Parton, I think he had a seam over here on the right side, and he cut back and kind of ran into the pursuit.
Yeah.
From the 10.
And a jump once again.
Well, there's something you can revisit.
That's right.
Encroachment against Eagle defense.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. Makes it 1st and goal from the 5 now.
Yeah, Jim, that's something that, as a coach, should not be happening week 9. The last regular season, that should not be happening.
Yeah,
It's kind of a lack of discipline there.
Yeah, you can sort of understand that week 1, but by this point in the season, you're exactly right. 4:30 and counting here in the first quarter. Portageville now with their power package in. Higginbotham in the backfield. He takes it, runs right up the middle, gets down close to the goal line, but is going to be stopped short at about the 1 or maybe even inside the 1.
Yeah, nice push there by the offensive line there for Portageville. Like Tavion Bogan, Alex Hawks getting up there doing some work on the right side.
Xavier Bogan comes in the ball game, replacing Higginbotham.
The ball spotted on the 1. 2nd and goal to go from the 1.
They're going to line up a big boy there in the backfield. That is Owen Roberts, I believe. Lineman, he tries to jump in, and he's going to be just short there.
The ball given to number 55.
Yeah, it looked like
Owen
the one tech or no, I can't. It's hard to see the numbers for New Madrid County Central, but you teach your D lineman to just bear crawl and make a pile, and that's what happened there.
Exactly right. So Owen Roberts, the big lineman, once again in the backfield. You got to figure he's going to go straight up the gut with it once again. He takes it, high snap, and they're going to get him in the backfield, but he's strong enough to power in, and it's a touchdown for Portageville.
Yeah, that time the New Madrid County Central went high, and a big boy like that,
you can't.
No, you hit him up on the shoulders, you're going to lose. We always taught low man wins, and most of the time there's a lot of truth to that.
Absolutely right. So Owen Roberts with the touchdown. The senior gets one, and it's now 13-6.
Lining up for the extra point attempt.
And Alex Hawks to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is good. So Portageville answers the big run by New Madrid County, and it's 13-7 with 3:18 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the kickoff to New Madrid County in 30 seconds here on Aycorp Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
Back after a nice drive by the Portageville Bulldogs. They score. Owen Roberts with the touchdown, and it's 13-7. And we are ready for kickoff by Alex Hawks of the Bulldogs. Tillman back deep. Kick goes opposite side this time. Bounces, going to be picked up there at the 15 to the 20, 25, and he's going to be brought down at about the 30-yard line, and I bring up a 1st and 10 for New Madrid County. That was Jaquan Jones on the carry.
Yeah, nice tackle there by number 5, Houston Pardon. Just kind of tripped him up there, Jim.
29-yard line.
So 1st and 10. So how do you think these coaches felt when they saw the districts come out and saw Valley in their district?
Yeah, it's kind of a deflator, I'll be honest. Like I said, it's you never want to see St. Jim Valley in your district.
New Madrid County, Mungle takes it. Flea flicker, tries to go around. He does get around the corner to the 35, out to the 40, to the 44-yard line, and brought down there. That was Jaquan Jones on the carry.
Nice road tackle by Rylan Parton. You see those green tackle wheels there?
Yeah.
I bet you he's been using them a bunch down at Portageville High School.
I bet that's right.
Gain on the play.
So 1st and 10, though, a nice pickup. And once again, New Madrid County was able to get outside a little bit on Portageville there. Rosano in the backfield. They put Jones in motion. He takes it. He goes outside. He's at the 40 and trying to go the opposite way. Nice job that time of containment by the Portageville defense. And he's going to lose about 4 yards on the play.
Nice gang tackle there. Nice pursuit. Jacob Altice in there. They said Morgan on the tackle, but a lot of Bulldogs there on that tackle.
Yeah, really good pursuit there. And the backside pursuit that time by Maddox Morgan kept him hemmed in, and it's 2nd and 15 now for New Madrid County. This may be the opportunity for Mungo to throw it around a little bit like you talked about in the pregame.
Yeah, they've got 2 out here wide left and 1 wide right in the shotgun formation.
Jones and Hughes out to this side. They keep it inside though to Rosano. He picks up about 4 on the play, so they'll bring up 3rd down and about actually about 3rd down and about 12 probably.
Jacob Altice.
Again, Altice in there. He's one of Portageville's top defenders, along with Cross Howard and some others.
Mungo tries to get Portageville to jump. They do not. Plenty of time on the play clock. Mungo goes back to pass. He's got a receiver down the field, and it's going to be a little bit short, incomplete.
Yeah, Jim, that was short, but if I'm a receiver, I didn't really see much of an effort to come back and get that. If it's underthrown, you got to come back and catch the ball.
Yeah, I agree. He sort of was like, well, he didn't quite get it out to me. Yeah. You've got to try to at least try to come back at that. You're exactly right.
From the 41.
So 4th and 12, and that'll mean New Madrid will be set up to punt here. Higginbottom back deep.
Looks like Portageville may be coming to get this one.
Yeah. Mungo gets it off. Nice kick there. It's going to go and bounce. A great bounce for the Eagles, and goes back. And that's another one. That's one of those with no more defensive pressure on you. You sort of got to field that punt, I think, and try to return it a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, you could see as soon as it was kicking, over his head, he wasn't going to return it. But
right.
yeah, I agree. I mean, we'll see what kind of offense Portageville can get going deep in their own territory this time.
Yep, they'll have a long way to go. They're back at about their own 15, and they'll take over 1st and 10. They trail by 6, 13-7, with 1:20 to go here in the first quarter.
Portageville out in a spread formation now, Jim. They've got aces, two wide left, 2 wide, and they get
another jump
again.
So that's 3 now in the last 2 series, and you've just got to wait till that ball snapped. You just do,
Yeah, well, watch the football.
Right, watch the football.
Easier said than done, but again, in week 9, let's be a little more disciplined up front if I'm New Madrid County Central. Motion.
Parton in motion. They give it off. Nice defense there. Higginbottom picks up about 2 on that. But that was a sort of a slow developing play. Parton had that football out there a long time before Higginbottom took it.
It was, and then after that, all you saw was dark jerseys coming for you. You didn't see any white jerseys at all.
Got to be a little quicker than that. So
again, in the spread formation, 1 back set, aces, 2 out to both sides.
Parton back to pass. He looks down the field. He's got a receiver down there. Sort of floats on him and almost intercepted. Just dropped, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3 now.
We do have a flag with the back judge. Looks like Lance Amick throw that one there.
I think there was some contact. One of the receivers, not the one the ball was going to, but there may have been some contact there with one of the receivers, and we'll see what that call is.
Yeah, I'm like you. I saw some action again. And Jim, I'll be honest, that's kind of what set up the first score for
Absolutely.
Portageville. It set up the touchdown. So if you're in a matter, we kind of talked about it off the air in the pregame about maybe a little more discipline, cut down some penalties, and maybe have a little more success.
All right, so you've had 45 yards worth of penalties already here in the first quarter, and given Portageville a couple of 3 first downs.
1st and 10, Portageville.
Parton in the backfield. He keeps it himself, tries to get outside. Now throws the pass to the sideline, but good defensive coverage that time. Good read over there by New Madrid County. That is Tillman that comes up on the tackle, and it's going to be no gain. So 2nd and 10.
Yeah, again, you call out number 1, Eric Tillman's name, and New Madrid County Central is really strong on the outside, in particular on the right side, on the far side over there. They've looked really good here in the first quarter as it winds down.
See if they want to get a playoff. They don't have to. There's about a 15-second difference in play clock and game clock. here, and I would say that they're going to take the end of the quarter here, and they will. So we're at the end of one. It is New Madrid County Central who jumped out to a 13-point lead. Portageville came back and scored a touchdown, so we're at 13-7 at the end of one. We'll take a break and be back here for the second quarter on Aycorp Sports.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $6.99. Mix and match any 2 full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any 2 plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
I want to give a shout out to our buddy Corey Sisk. He's not with us tonight because he's where he should be. He and his wife just added to their family with a little boy, Grant Oliver Sisk, this week, and his greeted by 2 big sisters too. Congratulations, Corey! And I know I got a grandpa sitting here beside me that's pretty proud. So
yeah, Coach Amick, you can see the smile on him. He's sitting right beside us here. And
absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations, young man. And like I said, I look forward to meeting the newest Sisk addition to the family.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've got 2nd and 11 here for New Madrid, for Portageville as they start the second quarter, trailing by 6, 13-7. They have 2 wideouts right, 2 left. Parton in the backfield behind Parton. Snap. He hands it off to his brother. He's caught right there at the line of scrimmage and brought down by big
Cranford.
Cranford, yeah, Marvion Cranford.
Now, Jim, if you've got size like that, you don't have to get as low.
That is correct. You're just big enough. You can just stop it. He had grabbed him with the shoulder pads, but he's still big enough. You're exactly right. He'll be a big part of their basketball team this year as well, I'm sure.
Yes.
3rd and 12.
So 3rd and 12. They look to the sideline for the play.
Back in the spread offense again. 2 receivers split out both sides, 1 back set.
Put Higginbottom in motion. Then they give it off to Bogan, and he's hitting the backfield. And once again, James, that was just such a slow developing play. It gave the defense plenty of time to react.
Yeah, we talked about, Jim. I think if you're Portageville, I think maybe you line up in that heavy package and get in there and cut down your splits, get in there tight, and maybe try to run right at them, and then maybe come back with a counter. But
right.
They're just not having much success, like in the spread and trying to get outside. You need a quick hitting play.
Yeah, absolutely right.
Bulldogs, number 9, Evan Windsor.
Windsor back to punt for Portageville. Takes the snap. Kick down, going to hit at the 42 and stop just about right there. So that's where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line.
At their 41-yard line, we'll call it. It's 12 days to Election Day. Tomorrow night on Aycorp Media, they release a new episode of In the Arena. Philip Britt and Barry Aycock had the opportunity to sit down with Missouri State Representative Crystal Quaid, the Democratic candidate for governor. Tune in at 7 tomorrow evening for that program.
Yeah, that's good. I'm about ready for it to be over. It's going to start picking up really.
Yeah,
the campaigns.
Exactly right. Yeah, I'm like, I've already voted, so I don't have to listen to it anymore.
That's right. So. That's right.
New Madrid, 2 wideouts right, 1 left. They give it up the middle to Rosano. He kicks it up. He breaks a tackle and gets all the way out to the 49-yard line. And he's quick enough that when they spread that offense out a little bit, one move up the middle and Rosano can take it all the way.
He is. And how about Parker Laws at the bottom of that pile? He made a nice tackle.
He did.
Got in there and from his outside linebacker position, made a nice play.
So 2nd and about 2 for the Eagles here. They're at their own 49. They lead 13-7. Rosano splits back behind Mungle. 4 wideouts, 2 on each side. They put a man in motion. It's going to be illegal procedure, I believe, on New Madrid County.
It almost looked like Parker Laws was lined up in the it is, but watch number 11, Parker Laws there. Maybe that's what helped him make the play, but it almost looked like he was lined up in the neutral zone. Yeah.
So another penalty on New Madrid County. Make it 2nd and 7 now.
Again, I think that has to be a point of emphasis if you're New Madrid County Central in the locker room. Is you've got to cut down on the penalties. You're actually, it's killing their drives and keeping some alive for Portageville.
Absolutely, and you get to this time of the year with playoff time, one silly penalty can cost you a ball game and end your season. You know,
for sure. Looks like blitz, maybe.
Yeah, Mungo calls the signals, hands it off, and they're brought down right there. Rosano brought down pretty quickly, bring up third down and about 6.
They did. Eli Wheeler, nice blitz there, made a heck of a play for the Portageville Bulldogs.
The ball spotted on the Eagle 46.
So 3rd and 6 as New Madrid looks to the sideline to get the call from the coaching staff. Under 9 minutes to go here in the first half.
They're back in the shotgun. Got 2 wide right, one out left. Motion left.
Motion. They give it off to Rosano. He gets up to only about the 48 or so, 47, 48. So it's going to leave up 4th and probably 4 or so for New Madrid County, and they'll have to make a determination if they want to kick it or try to go for it here.
Yeah, nice play there by number 5, Houston Parton there at the bottom of the pile. Kind of drove in and wrapped him up around the ankles.
He's a good little athlete.
He is. Yeah, both those boys are, they're triplets. They've got a sister in there too.
That's what I heard, yeah. Going to punt here. They do get it off. Nobody back deep for Portageville. So it'll bounce there and roll inside the 20, inside the 15, down to about the 14-yard line. And that's where the Bulldogs would take over 1st and 10. So for a lot of fireworks in the first minute and a half of the ball game, it's sort of slowed down a little bit now.
Yeah, just kind of like I mentioned earlier, Jim. I thought the nerves would kind of settle down. Rivalry game. I mean, you got high snaps, kind of kicking around, fumbling. Once you settle in, then you can run your offense, and we'll see what both teams have. So it's definitely been a cleaner game in that aspect.
Ryland partnered with Houston Parton and Higginbotham behind him in the backfield. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left for Portageville. Calls out the signals, gives it off to Higginbotham. He tries it out to the outside, and we'll pick up about 3 on that play, maybe 4, out to about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, he broke a tackle or 2 before, again, New Madrid County Central had some good pursuit.
Him up may have been number 8, Malachi Hughes.
Yeah, I think it was number 8. Got my PA announcer here's my next-door neighbor, so I know that voice anywhere.
There you go.
Brad Watley.
2nd and 6. Once again, spread formation for Portageville.
That looked like
a busted play. Exactly right. Ryland Parton was trying to give it to Houston. They didn't connect, and then he just tried to make something happen, but loses the yardage.
Yeah, and if you're Parton, he did the right thing. You got to tuck it and go. Obviously, you can't wait around, and he did the right thing.
Tried to get outside, but good pursuit there. Also, not letting him get away. So 3rd down and about 11 now for Portageville.
Be spotted at the 12-yard line.
Looks like Portageville's in tight now.
Yeah, going to go to that tight formation on 3rd and 11.
They may have to call timeout. They're trying to sub, and we'll see if they got everything together.
Up the middle, out to the 20-yard line. He's going to be brought down at about the 17 or 18. So to bring up 4th down in a punting situation for Portageville.
Yeah, great push by the offensive line out there. I saw Cross Howard out there working, Jacob Altice, Alex Hawks out there leading the way.
Good defensive stand there for New Madrid. 3 and out here for Portageville, and they'll be kicking Windsor to punt. Snap is good. Windsor gets it off. Nice kick down the field. It's going to bounce. Take a nice Portageville bounce inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Eagles with 5:48 to go here before halftime.
Well, I will say that the punting has been strong for both teams.
It has been. You're right. And these are 2 teams that I think typically don't like to punt a bunch. Though I mean, I think if they have the opportunity to go for it on 4th down, they will.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see how many punts took place in the last 2 years in this game.
Right,
So,
not very many.
Right.
Not very many, I'll guarantee you.
Kind of a shootout.
Yeah, exactly right.
New Madrid County Central checking their risk coaches, and always like to use those because then you can go tempo if you want to. We call it NASCAR, but you can call it wherever you want. Go
Right.
fast, and then
Man in motion for New Madrid County, a flag once again. And we're going to have I believe a false start, but we'll see here for sure. Yeah, false start on New Madrid County.
And again, you're starting first and long.
Right.
I mean, you're taught if you're a running back, you at least want to get 3 yards of play, and now you're having to ask them to do more. So,
Yeah, first and 15 now for the Eagles. And I think that's 3 illegal procedures and 3 offsides on the defensive side of it. So 6 penalties just on the line of scrimmage, basically.
yeah, and then you had the 2 pass interferences to
Right.
throw in there. So definitely a lot to talk about for both teams.
Mungle takes a snap. He goes back to pass. He looks downfield. He's throwing it long down the field. It's caught.
A pass complete to number 1, Eric
Caught
Tillman.
down there by Eric Tillman, and a
But
flag
we've got
down the
a flag
play.
on the play.
We'll see what the
Flag
call's
on
going to
the
be.
48.
Yeah,
I would guess that'd be defensive pass interference or something, but we'll see.
I do like with the coach of New Madrid County Central, he's kind of coaching Tillman up. Tillman kind of stuck the ball in the Portageville defender's face, and
Yep, you just can't do that either. Penalty
Pass
interference on Portageville declined.
Against the Dogs, that penalty is declined.
So Tillman once again has had
Eagles have
a
a
big
first
game, a
down
fumble
at the
recovery, a big
41.
kickoff return, now a big reception. And it's first down for Portageville.
we're going to have a timeout here by Portageville, I think, Jim.
Yep, I think you're right. So it's 5:41 to go in the first half. Portageville trails New Madrid 13-7. We'll be back in 30 here on Aycorp
We'd
Sports.
like to thank our football
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
Let's give a hand to our
At Aycorp Sports, we're always looking to innovate and bring you interesting, exciting takes on high school sports in Southeast Missouri. In that vein, we present to you the SEMO Sports Zone podcast. Andrew Moore and David Jenkins host a weekly discussion on high school sports and more. Episode 9 posted on Monday of this week with great analysis of area football teams. The podcast will drop every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Look for SEMO Sports Zone with Drew and Dave at Spotify, Amazon Music, and the SEMO Sports Zone YouTube channel. And if you haven't listened to it, you need to. Great analysis by those two guys of the previous games and the games coming up.
Yeah, David's up here in the booth with us tonight. I see him down there.
And there, this time Portageville gets the 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment against Portageville.
Omar Tello down there doing a game on the radio.
Yeah. He gets around a little bit, doesn't he?
He does. He's been around, I'd say 20-something years, as long as I've been coaching this area.
Yeah, I think that's right.
First down, 5 to go.
First and 5 now for New Madrid County at the Portageville 36. Mungle goes back to pass. He's going to go deep down the field. He's got a man open once again, and it is caught. Caught. Eric Tillman once again with the catch down at the 2.
Yeah, if you're Antonio Higginbottom, he was just kind of face guarding him, and then you don't know when the ball's coming up. Obviously, you teach the defender when the receiver's eyes get big, but I mean, you got to give it a run with him, and
right. Right. Probably could have been a pass interference call on that as well.
Yeah, for sure. He kind of gave a little shove.
Right,
there.
but Tillman with the nice catch down actually at about the 3, I believe.
Goal to go for the Eagles.
So the Eagles with it. Mungle has got Williams and Rossano with him in the backfield. Snap off to Rossano. He cuts it out left side and stopped right there. Stopped at about the 5. Good defensive stand there. We'll see who gets up. Look like maybe Maddox Morgan was one of them in there.
May have been Higginbottom.
Yeah, Antonio Higginbottom was in there, and
So New Madrid County back to the 5 now, 2nd and goal from there.
New Madrid kind of taking their time getting a play in, so plenty of time on the play clock,
Yep,
20 seconds.
Right, plenty of time. So now just Rosano in the backfield. Wide receiver left, 2 right for New Madrid County. Rosano behind quarterback. Off tackle, trying to get to the goal line, cut there at about the 2. That was Jaquan Jones on the jet sweep. He cut it back inside and is tackled at about the 3 or so. So it's going to bring up 3rd and goal now from the 3.
Maybe a game of
Nice play by the defense there. It looked like Tavion Bogan was over there amongst a host of Bulldogs.
3rd down.
So 3rd and goal from the 3.
Obviously 4-down territory here, Jim.
Absolutely. Got a fullback in the backfield there, Crampton, I believe, or
they just tried a hard count.
They did.
Y'all get down. Hey, y'all get down.
They give it off, and a good defensive
Rosano.
pressure that time. See a flag came in on the play. Tackle was made in there by number 50, Eli Wheeler. We're going to have a face mask, I believe, maybe on. We'll see. But
calling a personal foul.
Yep.
Face mask.
Face mask.
Against the Portageville
Yeah.
Bulldogs.
Must have been a no-doubter. I saw the flag come in, but it looked like the running back kind of ran into one of the big linemen on the right side.
You're right. He did. That's a big penalty there. That'll bring up a. I guess does that leave it at 3rd down still? I believe it does, maybe, because it wasn't a personal foul.
Look who's checking in, number 24, Jaden Williams. So I wonder if they'll try to get outside, or they're going to call
a timeout and discuss it a little bit.
We've got a timeout on the field. Timeout, Eagles.
So New Madrid County is going to take a timeout to discuss it. We'll take a timeout as well with 3:40 to go here in the first half. New Madrid County knocking on the door. It's 13-7 New Madrid with the lead. We'll be back in 30 seconds on Aycorp Sports.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world-famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Back at New Madrid County High School, 13-7, New Madrid County leads Portageville. Jim Riker, James Hodges with you. And James, okay, put your coach's hat on. What do you call here for New Madrid County?
Well, I tell you what, I think they're going to try to get outside with Williams. I just saw him come in. I mean, I know it's 3rd and 2, but regardless, you know, or you could set it up with this play. I mean, I think I would try to bounce him out and everything. The only thing you can't do is take a loss. I mean, you're sitting pretty here at 3rd and 2, so we'll see what they're going to do.
Malachi Hughes in the backfield with Rosano. Left side, and he is stopped short of the goal line.
We do have a flag.
That's what they tried to do, but they obviously, you have a flag.
Flag down on the play from the far line judge. And it's going to be, Portageville bench.
Coach Rayfield.
Illegal procedure once again declined, so that's going to bring up 4th down and goal from about the
Again, you're just kind of stubbing your toe down here.
You really are.
Red zone.
So 4th and goal from the 2. Big play in this football game, and we're going to have a timeout by the Portageville Bulldogs here. And we'll keep it, I think, right here with 3:32 to go. So Portageville, I mean, this would be a huge goal line stance for them after giving up a couple of big pass plays. And so what do you, if you're both coaches, what are you thinking now?
Yeah, I tell you what, I think, and Coach Rayfield, he knows the importance of this play. I think that's why he took a timeout. But now I think you kind of set up the counter. I would almost bring, with the pursuit with the Portageville on that far side, on the right side, I'd bend something back here to the right, and I think you find a lane, because they've got some really big linemen here on this right side, and I think it'll go. So we'll see what happens.
And then for Portageville, they just want to, they've done, I mean, this has been a really nice goal line stand for them. They just want to continue to do what they've been doing, I think, don't you?
Yeah, for Portageville, and I tell you what, the few times they blitz, it's worked too. So maybe you bring a little heat here. You know, don't have much to lose down here in the goal line, so we'll see what happens.
You're going to have Malachi Hughes and Rosano in the backfield. You've got Jaquan Jones there at the sort of the little flanker spot. Pass out and complete for a touchdown to Eric Tillman.
Little quick hitter to go. Portageville was set up to defend the outside that time, Jim. They had the field stretch, but just a little quick hit. And what they're seeing is a mismatch with whoever's on Tillman, and they're kind of picking on him.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Tillman has some size and some speed. He's got a good set of hands and has the touchdown. So it's now 19-7 with 3:29 to go in the first half. Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide left, tipped partially.
Low and wide left.
So it's a 19-7 score with 3:29 to go before halftime. We'll take a break and be back here on Aycorp Sports.
Portageville 7.
Senator Jason Bean is proud to represent Southeast Missouri and the Boot Heel in the Missouri Senate. High school football is a positive avenue for our student athletes to build character, compete, and grow. Senator Jason Bean wishes all our student athletes and coaches a successful season. At TG Express, we handle oil changes, tires, brakes, and all other basic mechanical needs, including full-service gas. And for major mechanical and auto body repair jobs, visit our other location, TG Automotive. Trust TG Automotive for all your auto needs.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
Close time to kick off here after the touchdown by the Eagles. Shalley back deep as well as Bogan. The kick goes down, and it's going to hit going to be caught and then fumbled. Picked up there, and good coverage by the Eagles after the fumble. Shalley with the return, short one, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Portageville.
Yeah, if I'm Portageville's coaches, I'm coaching him up a little. See it bending at the waist, you bend your knees and scoop it up. I mean, that could have been disaster.
Absolutely right.
There.
You're right.
Luckily for Portageville, he did scoop it up and get what he could.
1st and 10, Portageville from their own 28.
Look at the big splits over here on this left side, Jim, with the left guard.
Yeah, big. You're exactly right. Once again, a broken play, it looks like. Parton has to take it up, and it's going to be brought down right there. And that's something that also is concerning if I'm a coach there, to have broken plays this time in the season.
Yeah, you can't have it week 9. I mean, you're playing your rival, and definitely some things to clean up for both times. I think they were set up to pass there with the big split. Again, you got big split here with your left guard split out from the center.
Pass out into the flat and wrapped up immediately. Great read out there by Jaquan Jones. Took Bogan down.
Yeah,
Boy, good defensive play.
Yeah, he attacked there. I'd like to see him get a little bit lower on the play, but definitely he was on that immediately. And if I'm New Madrid County Central seeing these big splits, I'm yelling pass, 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 kind of in the before the play gets off.
3rd down, 13.
Splits again.
Parton does go back. He throws it out to the sideline. It's going to be caught there by Houston Parton. He came back. That pass was a little underthrown, but enough for a 1st down.
Yeah, he kind of hung his brother out there as kind of a lame duck. And the defender, I'm not sure what he was looking at. I mean, that ball could have been picked, but he gave too much cushion on that. He was
he looked downfield as opposed to coming back to the ball. You're exactly right. 1st and 10 for Portageville. Rylan Parton calls the signals. 2:13 to go here in the first half. He goes back to pass once again. He looks across the middle, wide open and complete. Caught to the 25, to the 20, and tackled inside the 20-yard line. Good job of letting that play develop, Xavier Bogan, and Parton did a nice job of just keeping the play alive until he could break open.
Heck of a job by everybody on that, Jim. How about the offensive line with the time Parton had to let that develop? Parton looked to the right, kind of looked him off, and then he found his guy cutting across the seam in the middle. Great execution on that play. It looked really nice. Best play of the night for them.
1st and 10 for Portageville. They give it off and fumbled, and I believe New Madrid County's on it. And they are. The Eagles recover. That is Jack Pipkin on the fumble recovery. And Portageville just has the big play going and then sort of shoots themselves in the foot here before halftime.
Yeah, heck of a play by Jack Pipkin on that one. If you're Portageville, you cannot have that. I mean, it's especially playing a team as athletic as New Madrid County Central. I mean, it just can't happen.
Absolutely. So New Madrid County now with 2 timeouts, 1:48 to go on the clock before halftime. I'd probably try Eric Tillman again if it were me.
He's definitely one of the top performers. There's no doubt in all aspects: offense, defense, special teams.
Mungo hands it off. It's going to be tackled short for a loss there. Rosano with the loss on the play. Brings up 2nd down and 12.
Number 60, Jacob Altice, almost ripped that ball out.
Yeah.
Definitely aggressive.
2nd and 13 from the 21.
120.
Boy, they've got some big linemen up front.
They do.
Wow.
They do. Not a big hurry to get this one off.
No, it's almost like they're in an empty set here. We'll see.
15 on the play clock.
Got trips right. 21's going to head over. All right, so, yeah, Ace is one back set, shotgun.
Rosano back there with him. Back to pass. Gets it out. Complete for the 1st down. Jaquan Jones with the catch. Short gain there. 3rd down and about 7. And if you're Portageville, you have to be saying, fine, I'll take that 5-yard pickup and we'll go to halftime.
Yeah, I mean, you don't. We talked about the big play. You don't want to get beat deep. If they take a shot.
We've got a timeout on the field.
And that.
Timeout by Portageville.
That's what they're going to talk about.
Right, we'll keep it right here. And I would assume you'll see some safeties back about 15 or 20 yards here, just so you don't get beat deep.
Yeah, they may try like a prevent type defense. Now, on the other hand, if you're New Madrid County Central and you do want to show it, they did show something a little razzle dazzle earlier in the game. This might be a time come out of a timeout where you try a reverse or a flea flicker or a double pass or a hook and ladder, whatever gimmick plays that you may have in your coaching book.
Yeah,
you may do it.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad time. That's exactly right.
If you think that's trying to bury a team before halftime, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Portageville will get the football to start the 2nd half. So if they can hold here, they could make it back to a 1-score game or after halftime. So 3rd and about 7. 2 men in the backfield with Mungo.
Ooh.
Bad snap. It's loose on the ground, still loose, and I believe Portageville came away with it. We'll see. And they do with 28 seconds left. Now, no timeouts, but 28 seconds left and on the 20-yard line of New Madrid County.
Yeah, here, if you're Portageville, what do they even have a timeout?
They do not have any left.
Okay.
No.
So now if you want to work the short side of the field, which looks like they're pretty much middle of the field, but
1st and 10.
And you better get out of bounds if you can.
Right, got to get it into the end zone or out of bounds, one of the two here. You're exactly right.
Now New Madrid's going to take a timeout.
Yeah, talk about it.
I think you're going to see Parton. He may try to air it out and try to get out of bounds if there's nothing there.
I noticed as they came out there, he had 3 wide receivers right, 1 left, and Laws was left, who's a very credible receiver for Portageville. So we'll see what wants to shake out on that.
Yeah, Laws is a good player, just a sophomore. He's making plays on defense as well. So both teams have some good young players, and they may be not accustomed to having the years that they're used to, but I think the future's bright for both teams.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think both these teams in the next couple of years will be much improved, no question.
Sure. So Coach Ashley Swims is in there coaching up. Coach Swims has been around, or Coach Red, as they call him down in Portageville. He's been around a long, long time.
So 1st and 10, Bulldogs from the 20. Parton in the backfield. He's got Higginbottom behind him, I believe. 3 wide receivers right. Parker Laws split left. They show blitz. They do blitz. He gets away from it. He runs out. He's going to be at the 15, at the 10, and runs out of bounds smartly at about the 11-yard line. Good, smart play by Ryland Parton.
Yeah, and kind of just what I talked about, Jim. I think you put it in Parton's hand. Try, if it's not there, you tuck it on the short side, try to get out of bounds. I will say there was a good block by Antonio Higginbottom picking up that blitz over there on that far side, that right side.
Yeah. So three wide receivers right, 1 split left again. Parton with it, he goes back. Higginbottom picks up the blitz again. Parton rolls the opposite way. He looks for some place to go, and he's going to be sacked, and I believe inbounds there. It is inbounds, so that's going to probably run the clock out here before halftime. He just couldn't get it. They try to get set up here with it to clock it here, stop it, and he does with 0.3 of a second left. Good for him. I'll give him that.
Yeah. That's Jim. That's something. For Coach Rayfield, that's something you practice. Everybody's got to get lined up.
Right.
Spot you get it set. So great execution. You can tell that it's
been practiced.
Yes,
that's exactly right.
Absolutely.
And we talked about things that hurt you. Well, those are the kind of things that help you in close games like this, and an opportunity now to throw the ball into the end zone on the last play of the half.
Yeah, they're going to take a shot. Appears they're going to go left side, this close side over here. They got trips out to the left, but they may throw something back.
Looks like single coverage out here as well.
Yeah.
Parton, he rolls this way, being left-handed. He looks. He throws into the end zone. It's caught.
Pass is complete.
Caught by, that is Evan Windsor, the sophomore. What a nice catch right there, and got a foot in bounds.
We have a ball game. If you're
We do.
You cannot have that if you're New Madrid County Central. So, like I say, pending what they do, looks like they're going to line up to kick to try and make it 14, make it a 5-point game here.
Yeah.
The pass from Ryland Parton to Evan Windsor.
Hawks to try the extra point. Snap. Kick is up, and it is no good. Wide right. So we end the first half on a big play there. Touchdown pass from Parton to Windsor to make it New Madrid County 19 and Portageville 13. We'll take our halftime break and then be back with the second half in about 15 minutes or so here on Aycorp Sports.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At TG Express, we handle oil changes, tires, brakes, and all other basic mechanical needs, including full-service gas. And for major mechanical and auto body repair jobs, visit our other location, TG Automotive. Trust TG Automotive for all your auto needs.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At First State Bank and Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank and Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $6.99. Mix and match any two full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any two plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
Senator Jason Bean is proud to represent Southeast Missouri and the Boot Heel in the Missouri Senate. High school football is a positive avenue for our student athletes to build character, compete, and grow. Senator Jason Bean wishes all our student athletes and coaches a successful season.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At TG Express, we handle oil changes, tires, brakes, and all other basic mechanical needs, including full-service gas. And for major mechanical and auto body repair jobs, visit our other location, TG Automotive. Trust TG Automotive for all your auto needs.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At First State Bank and Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank and Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
At Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
Do you need personalized merchandise? Trying to celebrate the season of that big state run? Then Juju Promotions in New Madrid has you covered. Whether it's heat presses, screen printing, or embroidery, we always have an option that will leave you satisfied and looking your best. With seasonal styles and plenty of accessories, there's something here for everyone. So come in and shop around. You'll be welcome with a smile and leave more fashionable than ever. Call us at 573-748-4040 or visit us in New Madrid.
The best things in life never change. They just get better, like Hardee's Original Bag. Back and better than ever. Just $6.99. Mix and match any two full-size favorites. A juicy charbroiled double cheeseburger, melty hot ham and cheese sandwich, or crispy hand-breaded chicken tender wrap. Any two plus fries and a drink, all just $6.99. Hardee's Original Bag, loaded with handcrafted goodness. It's the greatest meal deal for your buck.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
Senator Jason Bean is proud to represent Southeast Missouri and the Boot Heel in the Missouri Senate. High school football is a positive avenue for our student athletes to build character, compete, and grow. Senator Jason Bean wishes all our student athletes and coaches a successful season.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us be a part of your family and for trusting us with the ones you love the most. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of those lifelong memories. Thank you for taking us on the job and for putting us to work. Thank you for choosing us for your first vehicle and for every vehicle after. Thank you for trusting us for 70 years.
At TG Express, we handle oil changes, tires, brakes, and all other basic mechanical needs, including full-service gas. And for major mechanical and auto body repair jobs, visit our other location, TG Automotive. Trust TG Automotive for all your auto needs.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up and coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
We're right here at King Jerry Lawler's Hall of Fame Bar and Grill on world famous Beale Street, and as you can see, oh my gosh, we have the best barbecue ribs in Memphis. Oh my gosh, the gumbo is out of this world, but you gotta try the King's Triple Decker Slam Burger. You'll love it.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
At First State Bank and Trust, your future matters to us. Whether opening your first checking account or growing savings for the future, we're here to help with innovative tools and personalized service. FSBT offers a range of deposit options to fit your needs. For nearly a century, we've been committed to the financial needs of our local customers. Secure your future with a bank that's been trusted for generations of families in Southeast Missouri. First State Bank and Trust. Your money, your future, your bank. For 90 years. Member FDIC.
We are back at New Madrid County High School, just finishing up halftime here. New Madrid County leads 19-13. Jim Riker and James Hodges with you. And James, man, at the end of that first half, New Madrid really hurt themselves there with that fumble and then giving up the touchdown with 0.3 of a second left.
Yeah, if you're telling your defenders, deep is the deepest, nobody behind you. It looked like they were in a cover one, a man coverage, and I tell you what, I got to give a lot of credit to the quarterback, Rylan Parton. He put that ball right on the money. The kid jumped up, just made a nice play over the defender. But that again, that can't happen. But if you're New Madrid County, since you clean up some of these penalties they've had, the stall drives on offense, you clean up some pass interference out in your secondary that have set up scores for Portageville,
right,
then I think you're in good shape. So,
right.
Then you can run the ball and run some clock. So we'll kind of see what happens and see what the game plan is coming out here in the early going of the third.
Yeah, really without the penalties, New Madrid County has moved the ball well on offense, but they've just shot themselves in the foot where they've put themselves so far behind the chains that they've had to sort of go away from their game plan a little bit.
Yeah, they've been helped by the big plays, the 90-something yard touchdown by the youngster and just kind of the big returns and stuff like that. But if you're Portageville on the other hand, you've got to limit the big plays, and then you've got to continue taking advantage of the New Madrid County Central miscues and make them pay for it.
Right.
I mean, just to have a chance to stay in the game. And if you're New Madrid, again, you cannot let Portageville stay around this game. You got to come out, try to bury them early in the third quarter, and put them away.
So these two teams will play again on next Friday night. It appears, at least in the first round of the district tournament. Or is that's right? They're Class 2. That's right. Next Friday night. But I guess what really matters here is who gets home field advantage. The winner of this one will get home field advantage in that.
Right, and I think that's a big thing. Like I said, if and again, this is still a rivalry game. It can
right.
go either way, and I kind of think what we talked about previously is if you're a coach, I think you need to hold up on maybe some gimmick plays. If you got some plays that you can use in big situations next week when
right.
it really matters, I think maybe you keep that in your back pocket.
Yeah, exactly right. So in these other classes, so in Class 3, District 1, it's pretty set. Dexter will be the number 1 seed. They'll get a bye. Probably in the first round, they'll see, when they do play, they'll see either Fredericktown or Portageville. You will see Fredericktown tomorrow night, of course, at East Prairie. So you'll have a pretty good idea of what Dexter will be up against there. So that'll be an interesting matchup. And all those teams from the north, their records may not be great, but they're always pretty good,
Yeah, they play a good brand of football up there. Like I said, they don't make too many mistakes and stuff like that. The competition is good out there. We're kind of known for our basketball down
right.
here in the Boot Hill.
Right.
I mean, there's been books written about it. But I tell you what, I've been around here my whole life, and I'd have to say this Dexter team, who I have seen in person at East Prairie, I got to call that game over the PA, maybe the best Dexter team I've seen since the Earl Wheeler days in 1986.
I would agree with that. And I saw that 86 team. I called that on the radio, and then with this team this year, I would agree. This team is the most well-rounded. Wheeler's team and that group was so good offensively, but they were honestly just so defensively. But this group is pretty talented offensively and very talented defensively as well. So that makes them a real threat, I think.
They do, and like I said, I pay attention to that team, and I'm glad we get to cover that. I have a special interest. Got a couple of East Prairie boys coaching over there,
right?
Chad Jamerson, Jason Aycock. So it's good to see those guys have success. They put in a lot of work for 20-something years, and it's come to fruition, and it's good for the area. I'm happy to see all the excitement just west of here in Dexter, Missouri.
Absolutely. So we're set to kick off here the second half. It'll be
kicking off the Eagles, number 23, young Clausheim.
Clausheim will kick off, and Shalley and Bogan deep for the Eagles. It's going to go to Shalley. He's going to catch it on the run this time. He's at the 30, 35, and tackled at about the 39-yard line. Brought down there by number 20, Calden Hart.
At the 39-yard line.
So 1st and 10. Portageville will start there.
1st and 10.
And they probably got a little spring in their step after that touchdown right before halftime.
Yeah, again, it's kind of a deflator for New Madrid County Central. But if you're Portageville, hey, guys, we're still in this thing.
Absolutely.
If you're Coach Kimball, or Coach Rayfield, you're still coaching them up over there.
Got Higginbottom in the backfield behind Parton. 2 wide receivers right, 2 left. Snap, they give it off to Higginbottom. He gets across the 50, runs hard, and picks up about 4 on the play out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, Jim, if you're Portageville, I like it when they just run out. You got a team as athletic as New Madrid County Central. You don't try to get outside them. You just run right at them, maybe hit them with some counters and misdirection like we talked about before.
I would agree with that. So it'll be 2nd and 6 now. Laws and Bogan split right. Parton keeps it this time, and he's going to be tackled right there. Yeah, he's going to pick up maybe a yard up to the 45-yard line. That was sort of looks like an option. He decided to keep it and was tackled pretty quickly.
Nice play by Jack Pitkin. I watched that young man grow up in the junior high, middle school days, and he's gotten better each year.
So 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs here in this first drive of the second half. Behind center, man in motion there is Parton. Kicks it outside. Will he get outside? He does get outside. He gets a first down and more out to the 45-yard line of New Madrid County. That was Higginbottom with the first down, and that was one of the few times they've gotten outside tonight, James.
He did with the help of a nice stiff arm he put on number 2, Jaquan Jones, there with Higginbottom. He takes the ball, the sweep to the left side, put a stiff arm, and got up and got what he could get.
Gain on the play to the Eagle 45-yard line.
So now we're going to have
yardage gain for a Bulldog, 1st and 10.
Different look for New Madrid, for Portageville. 3 in the backfield with the quarterback. That's Parton, Higginbottom, and Bogan in the backfield. They give it off to Bogan. He tries the middle of the field. He's stopped pretty quickly there. A pickup of about 1 is all on the play. Good job at interior defense by New Madrid County Central.
Caleb Moore.
Tell you what, that Eli Wheeler over on the right side,
gain of only about a half
he kind of
yard.
tackled him from behind, tried to help aid him forward there.
So 2nd down and 9 for Portageville. 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's Laws to the left on this side. Parton to call the signals. He gets the snap. Wide receiver screen on the right side. He gets it to Windsor. He gets the first down and gets out of bounds over there at about the 34 or so yard line. Not Windsor, excuse me. That went to Houston Parton. And it's a first down nevertheless for Portageville.
Yeah, I kind of like those now passes, those quick hitters. That's if I was trying to get outside, that's what I would do rather than trying to sweep. Because the pursuit for New Madrid County Central looked really good all night long.
1st and 10 for Portageville down at the New Madrid 34. Handoff outside to the 30. He breaks 1 tackle and gets down to about the 27-yard line. That's Higginbottom with the pickup of about 7 yards on the play.
He runs hard, that young man. I remember watching him, I think in a JV game last year, maybe the year before, and he hit a long run against East Prairie. But
he does. He runs very hard. So 2nd down and they call it about 5 here.
Looks like they've got their big tight end, Cross Howard, split out wide right.
Looking for a blitz possibly. They do get a blitz. Going to have a flag on the play though. We'll see if it's procedure or offsides, one or the other. It's going to be a false start on Portageville, and I think the threat of the blitz caught Portageville there.
Yeah, it's always in the back of your mind. It's, sometimes you get those linebackers try to come up there and stunt and stuff. I do, here in the early going of the second half, they have been more disciplined as far as their defensive linemen on the snap count.
They have. You're exactly right. Been much better. Bogan and Laws to this side, the left side. Right side is Windsor split out. Parton at the flanker spot, and Higginbottom behind Ryland Parton in the backfield. Put motion. Higginbottom gets outside. He's to the 30, he's to the 25. He's down the sideline and going to be out of bounds at the 20-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and going to be a first down. Sorry, my mistake on that. But a first down to the 20-yard line.
Tell you what, I'd almost come back with a counter to that right side. They've been kind of loading this left side up and hitting it hard. And looks like the defense is starting to shade this way. So we'll see. They're split out wide right.
James Shalley in the backfield now, giving Higginbottom a little break. Parton keeps it himself. He gets down. He's going to be getting it for the touchdown. Ryland Parton off the right side and gets the touchdown, and we're tied at 19.
And Jim, that was designed. That was a run. That was a keep all the way. I mean, Parton they had him split out. and everything. Nice play. You put the ball in athlete's hands, and sometimes you just let him do his thing.
And the defensive ends that time and collapsed a little bit for New Madrid County and opened that up. Hawks with a chance to give Portageville their first lead of the night. Up, and it is no good.
No good.
So we are still tied at 19.
8:42 mark of the third quarter.
8:42 to go in the third quarter. 19 for Portageville, 19 for New Madrid County. We'll take a 30-second break and be back for the Portageville kickoff in 30 seconds. Back at New Madrid County Central, Portageville, after a touchdown at the end of the first half, comes out on the first drive of the second half and ties it up at 19 here, and that will give Alex Hawks the opportunity to kick off to New Madrid County. 19-19, Hawks set to kick. Kick deep, going to get in between the two receivers. Now picked up at about the 5. He's at the 10. He's trying to get outside. Gets past one man, gets past the second man, but he's tied up there at the 20-yard line, and will be stopped there, 1st and 10 for New Madrid at the 20.
Yeah, Jim, Ryland Parton had him there about the 5-yard line, and he missed him. But good pursuit. James Shalley was getting up in there. They were steaming down the field. But sometimes if you're New Madrid County Central, you're letting a team in Portageville that struggled here late hang around, and that could cost you here in the end.
Absolutely, that's always a bad thing. You when you get a chance to put somebody away, you want to do it, and New Madrid County has not done that so far. Rossano in the backfield with Mungle. 2 wide receivers right, 2 left. They look to the sideline for the play call. 14 on the play clock. Mungle takes it, drops straight back to pass. Throws it across the middle. It is incomplete, dropped. Pretty good pass there, maybe a hair low, but just off the hands of Jaden Williams. And incomplete.
Yeah, I think that was probably a freshman drop there, Jim. I think he heard footsteps. And
across that middle's tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, especially if he might have got hit real good early in the year as a freshman, and you remember those things.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Defensive backs switch sides of the field there. Higginbottom and Bogan switch sides. So 2nd and 10 for New Madrid County. Once again, Rossano back behind Mungle. Put a man in motion. They give it to him. He tries to kick outside, and then he kicks it back up the middle. He gets out to about the 22 or 23-yard line. Sharp gain there for Jaquan Jones, and it'll bring up a 3rd down for New Madrid County.
Nice tackle there by Ryland Parton. We've called those Parton boys names
a lot
so far.
Yeah,
definitely good athletes.
They absolutely are. And just stuck behind a great group of seniors last year, so they didn't get as much playing time as they probably would have liked. But they are a good set of twins there, or triplets, 2 of the 3.
For sure. Really good baseball players, too, in the spring for Coach Tyler Trober.
The Eagles look to the sideline. Same formation here, I believe. 2 to the right. Nope. Yeah, 1 to the left, 2 to the right, and a flanker over there with Rossano in the backfield with Mungle. Mungle goes back to pass. He pulls it back down. He's got some pressure. He just heaves it up in the air. He's going to throw it out of bounds, incomplete. Gets rid of it, and it'll be 4th down and a punting situation for the Eagles. Good defensive stand that time after Parker Laws got after Mungle there on 3rd down.
Tell you what, Jim, I'd almost bring some heat and try to come after this. You just gotta trust your defense sometimes. Tell them you definitely cannot rough the punter, run into him, whatever, roll into him. With the punting game being strong on both teams, you may try to make something happen right here for Portageville.
Mungle's going to punt. He gets it off quickly. It's a very short one. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 40-yard line, and that pressure made him rush a little bit.
They did, and it didn't look like he was dropped back as far, Jim, so he did. But they did bring a little heat there, and it turned out to help him out there with the field position.
Yeah, and I have noticed that with New Madrid, the times they've punted, Mungle doesn't go near as deep as your typical punter, and if you put any pressure on him at all, he doesn't have very much time to get it off for sure. So Portageville starts 1st and 10 from the New Madrid County 39. They've scored on their last 2 drives to tie this game up at 19.
Yeah, I think Portageville's feeling good about this. Let's see what they try to do here offensively.
Partons are in the backfield. Ryland goes back to pass. Left-hander throws it across the middle. It is caught. Bobbled and incomplete. Just dropped by Bogan.
It almost looked like that defender was a little early, and Higginbottom's calling for it too. I think that play could have gone either way. They could have flagged that.
Yeah, I think he thought they got there a little early, but no call, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And that was Higginbottom, not Bogan on the reception there. So we've got Parton, Windsor, and Laws out to the left side. Higginbottom in the backfield with Ryland Parton, and split to the right is Xavier Bogan. They give it off to Higginbottom. He cuts up and is going to be tackled fairly quickly there. That's going to be big Marvion Cranford on the tackle, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, he evaded the first defender, Caleb Moore there, number 4.
Gain of about 1 on the play, 3rd down
second
9.
guy took him down.
From the 38.
So 3rd and 9, probably a passing situation here for Portageville, but they are in 4-down territory.
I think Moore, the aforementioned Caleb Moore, is one of the star wrestlers for New Madrid County Central.
I think that's right. And I think Parton just got 5 yards for his team right there.
Encroachment against Eagle defense.
He's good on that hard count.
He is very good on that hard count. You're exactly right. And that makes all of a sudden what's a little tough very manageable here in 2 downs, 3rd and 4. So you sort of gives you the option now to run our pass, James, where before it was pretty much looking to be a pass play.
Right, and you're looking at 4-down territory, so you got your off. You don't have to get it all on this play.
Higginbottom in the backfield. He takes the handoff, and he's going to be. He gets away from one man. Going to try to go the opposite way. Gets around the corner. He's inside the 20 to the 15, and going to be out of bounds. And good job by Portageville of not picking up a block in the back there. That would have been so easy for the lineman to hit somebody as he tried to switch directions.
And Jim, I just want to comment on the downfield blocking by Xavier Bogan down there. He's most of these kids on this high school level, they don't stick with their blocks. Bogan stuck with his block and was driving his man till the end of the play.
And that's what you want, man.
What I coach is you don't do it to the whistle, you do it to the echo of the whistle. That's kind of how I coached him up, but I'd have to say that was to the echo of the whistle.
Good for him. So 1st and 10 for Portageville as they keep the drive alive. Shalley gets it. He's going to try to cut up. He does cut up field, gets inside the 10, is going to be down at about the 9-yard line.
Number 30, Jack Pipkin.
And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 6.
Play to the 8.
Looks like a substitution's coming in. Nick English, number 52, a freshman. So New Madrid County Central's continued to put their trust in some young freshmen.
Shalley still in the backfield with Parton. 3 wide receivers split left. Parton gets it, keeps it himself. He drives up the field. He's going to be tackled there quickly. And he's brought down there by number 4, Caleb Moore on the tackle. Is going to bring up a 3rd down situation for Portageville.
Yeah, Moore's not very big, but he's strong. We mentioned him competing on the state level in wrestling in the winter. He's definitely a good athlete.
Power package comes in here for Portageville on 3rd and 5. And we've got Higginbottom back there with Parton and Laws in the backfield with him.
I like this formation, Jim.
Higginbottom keeps it. Tries to go upfield. Marvion Cranford says, no, thank you. You won't go up the field on me, and brings the tackle very quickly.
That time, Portageville didn't get much of a push that time. been bragging on the offensive line for most of the night, and the big boy. And here comes another defender coming in, another 75. Looks like Isaac Smith, another big freshman.
Big freshman, yeah, big kid. You're exactly right.
Future's bright down here in New Madrid County.
Absolutely. So 4th down for Portageville. Fourth and about 3.
4th and 3 from the 5.
Jim, this is a huge play.
It is in the ball game. You're exactly right.
As you're counting down the 3rd quarter, 4 minutes left here.
Higginbottom in the backfield.
Do you try a hard count here, Jim? What do you think?
Well, it wouldn't have been a bad idea. They're letting the clock run down. They're going to take a timeout, possibly.
Wanting to see what
and
the
they
defense
will.
lined up in.
I think that's exactly right. So Portageville will take a timeout here on this 4th and 3. And as James said, it's a big play. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with 4:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Aycorp Sports.
My name is Kevin Ronspool. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
We're back at New Madrid County High School. We'll try it at 19 here, New Madrid County and Portageville. And Portageville with the ball, 4th and 3 from the New Madrid County 5-yard line. So big play in this football game right here to determine, Portageville scored in the last 2 series, and if they can score again, it really, really gives them the momentum.
I'd almost try to go on a first sound here, maybe catch them off guard. Looky here.
A little pass, jump pass, and complete. Complete to Laws. Great call by the Portageville coaching staff.
I'll tell you what, the Florida Gator fans around here would be proud of the low. That's all
exactly.
like Tim
Tebow on the jump pass. You're exactly right. I mean, Bogan just takes his time and took his time nicely till Laws cleared out to be able to catch the touchdown pass. Boy, that was a good call.
Well designed. I mean, again, coming out of a timeout, Jim, that's something you can add in.
Right.
And you can tell it's been practiced
right
down at their practices down at Portageville.
Laws was in the backfield. He just slid through there and got open. And now a 2-point conversion attempt. Going to come outside, a pass, and it is complete. They're pulling out some tricks. That's Rylan Partnon, who was in motion, and it goes complete, and it's a 8-point lead now for Portageville. Once again, really an interesting and good play call right there by Portageville.
Yeah, just a total turn of the tide here. And we thought maybe in the early going, this could be a blowout.
Right.
Madrid County Central, the way they come out and everything, and now. Again, they've led a team in Portageville that had struggled here of late. They've let them hang around, and now we've got a ball game.
Oh, absolutely, and I'm sure New Madrid County's feeling a little bit also. Last week they were very close with Sykeston, and then sort of in the second half it fell apart a little bit. That's got to be a little feeling of, boy, is that going to happen again tonight?
Yeah, it's and anytime you got a young team, those thoughts creep in your head, and here we go again.
Right, exactly. So Hawk set to kick off for the Bulldogs. Tillman and Jones back deep. They kick it to Jones. He drops it, picks it up, goes up the left side. He's to the 40 and knocked out of bounds just short of the 40-yard line, and that's where New Madrid County will take over 1st and 10 as they now trail by 8. First 13. Oh, go ahead, James.
No, I was just going to say it. Now do you come out here and try to take a shot with Mungle? I don't know.
I think they, in my opinion, I'd like to see him try to get back to Eric Tillman one more time. It's been man-to-man coverage, and when it is, he's just run past a receiver and been wide open, basically.
Yeah, I think we talked about before, and they had Bogan on there, but they found a mismatch. But you got to put it in your playmakers' hands and see what happens. Maybe try to get outside of them.
Right.
Try to get a big play. Play clock's ticking.
So 1st and 10, and it's going to be a delay, I believe. Yep, flag goes, delay a game on New Madrid County.
Flag before the snap.
So I'll make it 1st and 15. And I don't know what the stats are on penalties, but there have been a number of them for New Madrid County tonight.
Yeah, that week 9, when you're battling for home field, that can't happen.
Right.
It just can't.
So 1st and 15, they give it off to Rosano. He gets to the 40, 45, out to the 50-yard line and up for the first down. Charlie Rosano runs hard through that hole, and it's a first down for New Madrid County.
And how about the block by number 76 over there? I'll tell you what, he's a senior. Trey Heidel, heck of a job by that young man staying with his block.
He did. He opened up the hole there. You can see that on the replay. So 1st and 10, just inside of Portageville territory for the Eagles. They scored the first 13 of this game right off the bat. Off to Rosano once again. He's up to about the 46 or so, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
There was a hole there for a quick, and it closed quick. I see number 60, Jacob Altice, coming in there, and number 50, Eli Wheeler.
Yeah, Wheeler, I noticed Wheeler come out of there too. You're exactly right. So 2nd down here, 3:11 to go in the 3rd. They split 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Rosano in the backfield.
From the 46.
Got Tillman split out here to the right on the wide out.
Try a hard count.
Yeah,
there.
tried a hard count. Nothing doing.
Portageville's been pretty disciplined on that all night. Got their defensive ends standing outside backers. 2-6.
They finally got the snap off here. Pass down the middle and intercepted by Portageville.
Again, it's a Parton.
Yep.
By number 5.
Houston Parton with the interception.
They kind of tried their version of the Tebow jump pass.
Yeah, they did. And some of that, I think the clock was running down and sort of play maybe got a little rushed there, whatever, but Portageville with the interception and a 1st down.
You kind of see some of the faithful kind of heading for the exits here, but I tell you what, this game
a lot of football game left.
Yeah, maybe setting up for a big finish.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of football game left still. Higginbottom in the backfield with Ryland Parton. 1 wide receiver way out right, 3 to the left. Ryland Parton looks, nothing there. He's going to have to tuck it and try to run, and he's not going to get very much, if anything at all. Gets maybe back to the line of scrimmage is about it. Good coverage by New Madrid County there.
Again, you see Jack Pipkin coming in. We've called his and Caleb Moore. I mean, those 2 young men. I mean, I've watched them grow up, and they've gotten better each year.
Called their names a lot tonight. So now we've got Laws that comes out to the left side, and we've got Houston Parton, Bogan, and I believe Windsor out to the right with Higginbottom back in the backfield with Ryland Parton. Parton keeps it, tries to cut up. He does cut up. He's to the 40, to the 45. He breaks free. He cuts to the outside. If he gets one block, he could go. He's to the 30, and he's going to run out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
And again,
I saw that.
How about Xavion Bogan downfield blocking?
Yep, he sure did. Once he saw that his quarterback had cut down there, he was like, I need to pick the block on. Oh, let me have a chance here. Oh, I'm going to. And he does make a good block. And then Parton runs out of bounds at about the 28-yard line.
Yeah, just a lot of poor tackling by the defense there. If you're taught to break, track the hip, break down, look the belly button, look the belt, and they're just kind of whiffing.
1st and 10 Dogs from the 28.
Higginbottom with it. He gets to the 20. He cuts outside. He gets to the 15, knocked out of bounds at about the 16-yard line. And once again, Bogan with a big block.
I tell you what, again, I was getting. You read my mind. I mean, I've gotten to where I'm kind of watching him now to see he's out there working tonight.
And as a coach, you have to love that in a kid because, that's a wide receiver that's going to get plenty of playing time, even if he doesn't catch a lot of passes, just because of that extra effort.
Yeah, for sure. He's been one of their guys in multiple sports, and you can tell he's a good teammate. He's down there working even when he doesn't get the ball.
1st and 10 from the 17.
1st and 10. We've got a flag on the play, illegal procedure on Portageville.
False start against the Bulldog offense.
I see 50 face patting the head of 52, must have been number 52 there. Was Tavion Bogan.
Yeah. So they split Windsor out here to the left. Laws, Bogan, and Parton to the right. Ryland Parton out to the left side. Bad pass and incomplete.
Yeah, again, the blitz there, that helped force that. If you don't blitz, Parton has plenty of time to set his back foot and make that throw.
Right. Yeah, just sort of threw that all arm, and it was just a little short.
Yeah, sometimes a little pressure is all you need.
So second down now and 15 after the incompletion. Out to Higginbottom. Oh, great defensive play.
And Jack Pipkin again.
Yeah, Pipkin again. Great job there.
If I'm the defensive coordinator over here on this New Madrid County, I'm still bringing heat. Now, you can't bring the house most of the time.
Right. Right.
If you got somebody that's getting a crease, I think you keep calling his number.
So big third down here for Portageville, 3rd and 22 now they've got. Parton with Higginbottom behind him. Certainly a passing situation, it appears. Parton takes it, plenty of time. Back, he throws it down the middle and intercepted by New Madrid County. He's at the 30, to the 40. He's at the 50. He could go all the way. 30, 20, 10, and knocked out of bounds just at the 1 yard line. Hughes with the interception.
I want you to watch on the replay this block by Jack Pipkin. He had
He did have a pancake block.
Wow.
And give Higginbotham credit for running him down and running him out of bounds before he could score, but all the way down to the 2 yard line. New Madrid County will take over right there. Want to give a quick shout out to Sarah Zell and all of our partners and friends at SEMO Health Network. Thanks for sponsoring all these games on Aycorp Sports. We really appreciate that you help us bring these high school sports to Southeast Missouri. And now all of a sudden momentum has switched right back around, and late in the quarter once again this has happened. So
I'll tell you what, Jim, this shapes up to be a game. It could come down to who makes the least amount of mistakes or who has the ball at the end.
You're right. You're exactly right. So you've got Rosano in the backfield with Mungle. They put a man in motion, and we're going to have procedure on the Eagles.
I think it's number 75, the left tackle there. He kind of eyes it again, a freshman mistake.
Right.
But by this point in the year, I'm telling my kids, you're not
a freshman anymore.
You're a sophomore.
You've played 9 games at high school varsity games. That's right.
So we'll see what they come back first and long here.
So now, move it back to about the 9 yard line. 1st and goal. 25.8 seconds to go here in the quarter. Jones in motion. Rungel looks to pass and overthrown in the end zone, incomplete. The receiver sort of cut off his route a little bit, and he just overthrew him.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it looks like you're running a corner. He just stops. So I don't know if it's a miscommunication between Mungle and the receiver, or I mean, obviously
the pass was thrown to like it was a corner route, no question.
Correct. And so, if the play's called, your receiver, you're supposed to know your route. If you're a quarterback, you know where to put the ball. So something wasn't right there.
Right. Brings up 2nd and goal for New Madrid County. Got Jones in the back. No, I take that back. That is Hughes in the backfield with Rosano. He moves him to the left side. Pitch to Rosano. He tries to cut it back inside. He does. He's going to get in for a touchdown.
I'll tell you what made that play, those two guys put out left, sealed their defenders, and then it was off to the races. Nice blocking out there on the edge.
So 27-25, and I would assume we'll see the instant replay here and see what James was talking about there on the blocks. As they go, good block there by 51, by Jaquan Jones as well out there on the block and to free him up.
Great execution. I'll tell you what, nice atmosphere down here with the fireworks and
the lights and everything.
Lights.
Yeah.
I may have a few suggestions when I get home to East Prairie
exactly
tomorrow night.
Right. So we're going to go for 2 here, and it's Mungle empty backfield. He takes the snap. He looks right side. Pass incomplete, so the 2-point conversion is no good. So Portageville keeps the lead, 27-25 with 16.9 seconds to go here in the quarter. And James, what was sort of a, like you said, early in the game, 13-0, quick. We thinking, oh, Madrid may just run away with it. Portageville comes back. Then Portageville's got all the momentum. Now it's switched right back again.
Yeah, and just with that failed attempt, I do want to comment on that, Jim. I think this game could come down to an extra point or missed extra point because you just kind of have that feeling. I know Portageville missed a couple of extra points, kicks, and stuff like that. Extra points become very important.
Exactly right.
As we enter the fourth quarter.
That's
here.
exactly right.
So we'll see.
John Closheim to kick.
Closheim to kick.
Once again, back deep for Portageville.
Bogan and Shalley back deep. We'll see what kind of return we can get here. This is going to be a short one on the ground. Picked up there by Parton. He gets to the 35, trying to find some place to go. Not much there, fighting hard, but gets to the 30-yard line or so, and he'll be tackled right there with 9.7 seconds to go in the quarter.
Jim, anytime you see a return man kind of dance around like that, that tells me that the kicking team is doing an excellent job of staying in their lanes.
Yes, the coverage is good. You're exactly right.
From their 30.
You tell them to fan out. That's when you set up the cones at practice and you have them stay in their lanes and not get greedy.
So one play here probably to end the quarter, and then we'll head to the fourth. They look to the bench.
It looks like they may try to take a shot here.
Yeah. 3 wide to the left side of the formation. He keeps it himself. Parton keeps it, tries to get outside, stiff arm, but brought down. Good open field tackle right there. That is number 1, Eric Tillman. Good open field tackle.
Yeah, anytime Parton, it appears they're trying to run an option, he's not looking to pitch the ball. He's even though he had a receiver split behind, he's looking to run.
Yeah, exactly right. We're at the end of 3 quarters. It is Portageville 27, New Madrid County 25. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back here with the fourth quarter of this New Madrid County matchup here on Aycorp Sports.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
Back with you at New Madrid County High School, Jim Riker, James Hodges. And James, this has turned into a good one. 2-point game as we head to the fourth quarter, and Portageville really needs to try to seize the momentum back here after the touchdown by the Eagles after the turnover.
Yeah, we'll kind of see. They're spending a little extra time. Coaches over there coaching them up a little extra as they getting ready to come out. New Madrid County Central Band kind of trying to get the fans fired up a little bit, shaping up to be a great fourth quarter. The atmosphere and people are starting to get back in this one.
Yeah.
After at the start, everybody just kind of thinking it might go another way.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So Portageville takes over second and about 12.
2nd and 12 from the 28.
2 in the backfield. You've got Houston Parton back there as well as Higginbottom. Snap. Parton keeps it himself. Ryland does. Tries to go up the middle. Not much there. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 10.
Yeah, I've been bragging on the line, but a lot of standing around by the white jerseys up front there. I mean, if you got to get your hat across and put put a hat on a dark jersey.
You're exactly right. Yeah, there didn't seem to be a lot of urgency in that play, did there?
No, just kind of odd development there.
So 3rd and 10, 2 in the backfield once again, 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left.
Yeah, big cross Howard, big tight end split out left. We'll see.
Parton under pressure, gets sacked. Big sack in there. That's going to be, well, I couldn't tell who came out of there.
Backfield in on the sack, number 59, Connor Henderson.
Connor Henderson, they say, the senior on the sack. So Portageville will be forced to punt it away, and the momentum is all switched to the sideline of New Madrid County Central.
Yeah, now, again, it becomes a field position game. Now, if you're Portageville, you need a booming punt, and you have got, they're going with a spread punt, okay? So they're going to try to get these guys straight down the field, stay in their lanes, and they're going to have to break down or maybe force him to not return this.
Punt is pretty good one, end over end. Stops, the hits right at the 50, bounces down inside the 45, and will be down at the 44-yard line. So great field position for the Eagles. 1st and 10 from their own 44.
It's going to be 1st and 10.
Go ahead.
If you're New Madrid, I don't know. Maybe you try to get outside and big play him again, or do you take a shot? I don't know. We'll see what they're going to do.
Portageville has done a pretty nice job of after that first couple series of containing the outside. So it will be interesting to see. They've been successful running Rosano up the middle a little bit with this spread offense. Looks to the sideline, tried to draw him off sides.
Yep.
And we're going to have.
We've got flags on the field.
So a penalty of some sort.
Saw some movement there.
Yep, far start against New Madrid County Central.
Just must have been a slightest of flinch. These past two, I haven't really seen it, but obviously the umpire made that call, and the guy right there behind the linebackers, and he's looking for that type of stuff.
Right. Yeah, I'm like you. I didn't see the big movement, but there was enough of a flinch apparently. So it's 1st and 15.
Brings up a 1st and 15 from the 39.
Pitch to Rosano. He gets past the first wave of tacklers and picks up about 3 yards there. He was missed in the backfield by Maddox Morgan, but Cross Howard makes the tackle, and it brings up 2nd and about 11.
Yeah, Cross Howard did a good job. I was watching there. Your inside linebacker on the left side did a good job scraping across, and that's what those backers are taught to do.
2-point lead for Portageville here. 10 minutes to go in the ball game. The winner of this one will host the other team next week in a district playoff game.
Howard fakes a blitz.
Just out of the reach of the receiver. And if it was caught, he was gone because it was single coverage with no safety help in the back.
Yeah, there's nothing over the top, Jim. That was a tough play, but if Mungo would put that right on the money, it was off to the races.
It absolutely was a good play call, and just not executed particularly perfectly. But
yeah, I saw Jonathan Riggs over there reaching for the fireworks. He
was ready. Yeah, he was ready. So 3rd and now of 11 for New Madrid County at their own 43. Screen pass out to the right side. Oh, fine open field tackle right there by Houston Parton. Just really nice job. It's going to bring up a 4th down and about 13.
Now that's what we were talking about, Jim. The receiver split out to the right. Did not stay with his block. If he stays with his block, how Xavier Bogan's been doing for Portageville, then that kid doesn't make that play.
So Mungo will be back to punt here.
Do they fake one?
He takes the snap. He gets it off. Pretty good punt there. Taken by Bogan at the 36. He's at 45 and going to run out of bounds at about the 43-yard line or so, 42, 43. So 1st and 10 for Portageville with good field position now with 9:16 to go in the 4th.
Did you see how Houston Parton was kind of directing traffic? He was set up for the block, so he motioned for Bogan to return it up the left sideline, and then he got in front of the defender. Smart play.
Yeah, very smart play.
The 50-50 ticket number is 680.
Just a reminder, this is the last week of the regular season in football and volleyball in the state of Missouri. We'll have volleyball next week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday here on Aycorp Sports. Tuesday will be the Class 3 District 1 Championship. Thursday night will be the sectional, but Class 1 sectional, and then a quarterfinal game on Saturday.
Here comes the heavy package for Portageville.
Higginbottom takes it. Going to try to pop outside. Good defense there by, once again, and that's Tillman once again on the tackle, and nothing doing for Portageville. And their big package has not done very much tonight.
That's you just read my mind, Jim. That's what I was getting ready to comment on. It hasn't done much here since early going. And one thing else, how are you reading these numbers for New Madrid County? It's hard for me to see the numbers.
Only because of the video.
Okay,
that's the only way I'm doing it.
I was like, yeah.
No, you cannot, folks. You cannot tell the numbers. Every uniform manufacturer ought to have to outline the numbers in white. I'm telling you.
I agree. And our video crew here at Aycorp does a phenomenal job.
They really do. Without them, we would sound not near as smart as we sound.
Absolutely.
Try to get outside. Not going to happen once again. Brought down in there. That's Pipkin again with the tackle, so it's to bring up a long third down. And third down and about 13 or so, and they take the big package out, bring in the spread offense now.
A third down, right about 14 to go.
Laws comes out wide to the right side. Windsor, Parton, and Bogan out to the left, with Higginbottom behind, Ryland Parton in the backfield.
Now you got to get 14 or you're punting.
Parton looks, nothing there, and he's going to be sacked. Good coverage downfield, and by the time he decided to tuck it and run, nothing was there.
Parton dropped in the backfield.
And it'll be a fourth down.
Drew Allen. Heck of a play by Drew Allen.
Play back to the 34. That's going to bring up a fourth down.
So it'll send Windsor back to punt. Windsor back to punt.
Bulldogs, Evan Windsor. Back deep for the Eagles, Jaden Guest-Newsom.
Now you're going to, same thing. They're going with the spread punt, so they're going to try to streak down there in their lanes and maybe try to force the defender to make a decision on whether return or not.
Letting the clock run a little bit here.
I don't think New Madrid's going to come get this one. It looks like they're set back for a return.
End over end punt once again. It's going to hit, bounce sort of sideways, and finish up at about the 32. So it'll be 1st and 10 for New Madrid County there with 6:46 to go in the football team. Portageville's got 2 timeouts left. New Madrid County with 3 as we get down to that here in this ball game.
Now you're getting a kind of crunch time here, Jim. We're inside of 7 minutes. I mean, that's.
Yeah, either way, you get a stop here and get the ball back. If you're Portageville, you're feeling pretty good. But if New Madrid can go down and score, it's really going to put Portageville in a bind, I believe. Rossano in the backfield. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. They give it off to Rossano. He gets a nice hole there and gets up to the 40-yard line. And it'll bring up 2nd down and about 7. Oh, 2nd down and about 3. Pick up a 7.
So number 55, Owen Roberts, big Owen Roberts, was in on that tackle.
Going to bring up a 2nd down, 3.
He might have got kind of leg whipped in the shins there. He's kind of.
Yeah. 2nd and 3.
Kind of loading the box, Portageville is right here.
They give it to Rossano. He gets a big gain up the middle. He's going to out. He's going to be tackled from behind at about the 8-yard line or so.
I'd like to see the replay. See if 51 held right there. I think you might have. Let's watch 51 here on this near side. See him right there?
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit.
A little bit, yep.
I've been told before you could call holding on every play if you wanted to. But a lot of times if you keep your hands inside, but if you get them
outside, they'll call it. Yeah. You're right. Bogan with a touchdown saving tackle. Once again, that hustle we see from Xavier Bogan. 1st and goal from the 6 for New Madrid County. Put a man in motion. Up.
There's movement.
Movement once again.
I think it was 62 over on the right side.
Yep. Movement once again, and that's probably the 6th or 7th illegal procedure, I would guess.
Yeah, again,
at least.
You're stubbing your toe. You got a chance to possibly take the lead under 6 minutes, and it just can't happen.
Right, just can't happen. Now 1st and goal from the 11, and it's just as simple as you know that snap count.
Right.
You know you just can't go early.
We'll see. We'll see if New Madrid County Central playmakers bail him out.
They pitch to Rossano. He's going to be tackled at about the 8 or so. Going to bring up 3rd down, or 2nd down, excuse me, and goal.
Number 16, Maddox Morgan.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Maddox Morgan there. I haven't called his name very much tonight, but that was a heck of a play.
So 2nd down now and goal from about the 8. Clock is ticking down to about 5 minutes to go in the ball game.
Goal to go from the 8.
Rossano in the backfield behind Mungle. Jones out right. Got Hughes out to the left here. They give it off to Rossano. He tries to jump over the top of the line. Nothing there. And he gets down to about the 6 or so. So 3rd down and goal from there.
Yeah, he hurdled number 60, Jacob Altice. A lot of times you teach those, or at least I did, those defensive linemen to bear crawl and just make a pile.
Right.
Like we talked earlier, especially on a goal line
3rd
situation.
down, goal to go from the 6.
It's a big play, but obviously it's 4-down territory.
Absolutely. I was sitting here thinking if you had field goal kicker, this would be a great spot, but neither team has demonstrated that that's a strength.
No, I agree with that 100%. So we'll see. They're taking a little time here.
Yeah, Mungle questioning the play call, I think, maybe. Tries to get him to the line of scrimmage. There's 8 seconds left, and now we're going to have a timeout. Good decision there by Coach Fullhart to take that timeout.
Absolutely.
So it's 27-25. New Madrid leads, but Portageville leads, but New Madrid's knocking on the door. We'll take a 30-second break and be back here on Aycorp Sports. We're back at New Madrid County High School, 27-25, Portageville with the lead, but New Madrid County with the ball, 3rd and goal from the 60-yard line. And James, New Madrid County just right here cannot. First off, they can't have an illegal procedure penalty, and second, they really have to score here. If they don't, it's going to put them in a very difficult situation.
Yeah, Jim, I was just going to comment, if you're coach, you hate to call that timeout, but you've got to. The situation calls for it. It's too crucial.
Pitch out to Rossano. He tries to get it outside. He cuts back in. He's going to be tackled short of the goal line.
Rossano, he makes his way
nice
down
play
to
by Cross
2.
Howard. He stretched out and filled it up. Howard's played a lot better this second half. I've been watching him over there.
It's going to get down to about the, let's call it maybe the 3 or 4 yard line, 4 yard line probably. So 4th and goal from the 4. And they are going to try, if they got to the middle of the field, they're going to try a field goal.
They are.
This could give them a 1-point lead.
And I said it could come down to
you did
to kicking.
Yep.
So we'll see.
From the hole to Kendall Moore.
Snap is good. Kick is up, and it's long, and it is good. Well, it makes us look sort of silly, doesn't it? But good job by the young man there, Jan Crossheim, an exchange student, and he gives New Madrid County the lead, 28-27, 3:18 to go in the ballgame. We'll take a break and be back with the final 3:18 here on Aycorp Sports. Back at New Madrid County High School, a 26-yard field goal by Jan Klosheim, a senior for New Madrid County, has given New Madrid County a 28-27 lead with 3:18 to go here in the ball game. He kicks off. It's a good one. Down to the 15, taken there. Out to the 20, 25. He tries to cut outside to the 30, 35. He's out to the 35 and hit there, knocked out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 for Portageville from the 38 with 3:10 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, I think right now, Jim, you put it in Rylan Parton's hands. You put it in your faith in him. And like I said, I'd almost go spread here. And they've been trying to – there's been some opportunities where they've run some posts across the field and some slants. Maybe get an open field, get it to your playmakers such as Bogan, and we'll see what happens.
Three wide receivers to the right and one to the left with Higginbottom in the backfield with Parton. 2 timeouts for Portageville. They trail by 1. Blitz. Parton gets away from it momentarily, but then is stopped short of the line of scrimmage.
Right at the line of scrimmage and on the
That's going to be Trey Heidel, senior with the sack there.
He's hurt too,
Now,
Jim.
Parton is down. You're exactly right. And he is the core of this offense for Portageville.
We've got.
And maybe this guy's breath knocked out of him. Hate to speculate, but that's what I'm seeing.
So we'll keep it here for just a second, and now Portageville will have to bring in their second-string quarterback at least for one play.
I think that's maybe Max Warren. I'm thinking. We'll see.
And if he Parton is up, thankfully, and walking off on his own power, it's great to see that.
Have to come out for at least one play. Let's see if number 7's warming up. Max Warren.
2nd down and 10. You would assume that maybe Portageville tries to run the football on this down because of that.
Yeah, there's Max Warren. He's coming out, number 7. It's the younger brother of Bo Hunter Warren. He was an all-stater for the Portageville Bulldogs.
Okay.
In football and baseball. Bo's at Central Methodist playing baseball right now. I just used to coach him when he was younger. Heck of a young man.
Goes back to pass. Warren throws it deep. It is intercepted. Intercepted by New Madrid County Central.
Wow. I don't know. I'm kind of with you, Jim. I don't like the play call. Maybe you're bringing in your backup quarterback off the bench and you're going to put him in a high-pressure situation and take a shot. Right? I don't know.
Yeah, it was a nice spiral and everything, but that's a lot to put on a kid who hasn't played at all tonight, you know. And it was intercepted there by Jaquan Jones. A good interception for him.
At the 29.
So 29-yard line, and New Madrid County has the football 1st and 10 with 2:37 to go in the ball game.
Yeah, it's still the way this one's gone. Anything can happen. So
Absolutely.
If you're New Madrid, I don't think I try the hard count. You just want to take care of the football. Rosario's hands, and that's what they do.
They give it. And he's going to pick up about 5, maybe 6 on the play. 2 timeouts left for Portageville, and the clock continues to tick at 2:24. Rylan Parton was on that tackle, so he's all right. He's back in the ball game.
And who's number 40 out there? I don't have is there a number 40 for Portageville? Over on that left side.
I do not have anybody on the roster with that. You're right.
Yeah. Near the 35.
He was in on that tackle, yeah. Which I know as a coach, sometimes with injuries, sometimes you have to switch numbers.
Right.
I do get it. So if anybody knows who 40 is, shoot me a text real quick. Portageville people.
Letting the play clock run down here. They've run 40 seconds off almost. Rosano with it. He's going to be taken down at the line of scrimmage. So to bring up 3rd down now, and we'll see if we get a timeout. No, clock continues to now. Now we get a timeout by Portageville with 1:35 to go.
Right at the 35.
And we talked about
Second down 4.
Said it could come down to extra points, and right now that's where we stand.
But it is what it come down to.
You know, for the loser, You will have another opportunity next week, it appears.
Right.
If it's Portageville, maybe they come up here and say,
Got
hey,
timeout on the field, timeout Portageville.
coulda, shoulda, woulda. Not saying they're going to lose, but,
But we played, and then the process is we played them within one, so it was just an extra point. We can get that back.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So it's, like I said, it's
141 on the clock.
okay. We're going to put 141 on the clock. It's coming from upstairs. Every second matters at this point.
It does at this point. That's exactly right.
The officials relayed up to the booth. The time on the clock should be 1:41.
And how about the crew? George Bage, you got Lance Amick, Denver Stuckey. It's
A lot of experience out there.
A lot. I said, George, I haven't played high school football in 30-something years, and he was doing it when I did.
That's what Corey said. We had him one of our last games. He made the same comment. He said he's been around forever, basically.
Sure. Yeah, I used to work with him, the old East Prairie IGA. He's another East Prairie boy out there. Great friend of my dad's.
3rd and 4. They look to the bench, trying to get the hard count to draw them off, and they did not jump.
Play clock at 7.
And we're going to have a timeout by New Madrid County.
Don't understand that either. I'm thinking you may need to hold on to that, but.
Yeah, that's exactly right. If you give that up right now, it could be tough. We're going to take a quick one as well with 1:41 left to go in the ball game. We'll take a 30-second break and see if New Madrid can pick up this first down here on 3rd and 4 here on Aycorp Sports.
Young Real Estate, we understand the importance of face-to-face interactions. Our experienced agents are here to listen to your needs and personalize your home buying or selling experience. But we also recognize the power of technology. Young Real Estate offers virtual showings, allowing you to explore properties from the comfort of your own home. Young Real Estate, where technology meets a personal touch. Your dreams, our expertise. Contact us today and let's make your dream home a reality.
Back at New Madrid County High School, it's 3rd down and 4 for New Madrid County. 1:41 to go in the ballgame. They lead by a point, 28-27, and they have it at their own 35-yard line. Portageville with 1 timeout left. Both teams actually with 1 timeout left. So first down here, and New Madrid County can just run the clock out.
And Jim, make a note. Number 40 is Braden Jeffries. Thank you, Blair.
Bladen Jeffries. All right. Snap, pitch to Rosano. He tries to get outside. He's going to get there. He cuts it back. He gets to the 41, breaks another tackle, gets to the 50, and he's got a first down, and that should be enough to seal it for New Madrid County Central.
Jim, let me say this, not to take anything away from that young man. Heck of a run, but you've got to go down. Especially the fumbles we have. Once you pick up that first down, go down.
Yeah,
take
good
care
point.
Of
the ball at the
Good
dog
point.
49.
So this, all New Madrid has to do with the first down now is run the clock out. Let it run down. Mungle will want to run it down to the play clock to about 4 or 5 seconds if he can.
And I will say this, with the loss of all the athletes on both sides, it still has turned out to be a heck of a ball game.
It has, and a typical rivalry game, you know.
It is. You know, battle of New Madrid County and possibly rematch next week.
Right.
East Prairie may have Portageville. We'll have to wait and see how the points play out.
Yeah, it's still up a little up in the air, and Mungle just takes the knee there. Yeah, so both these teams we mentioned are in Class 2 District 1, and we know Valley Catholic's going to be number 1. We know Crothersville is going to be number 2. We're fairly confident that East Prairie will be number 3. It's Central, New Madrid County Central probably 4, and then Portageville and Scott City, that's the question of where they end up, I think.
Yeah. And wouldn't that be fun for Coach Penrod to play his former team and at East Prairie? That'd be a fun game for me to call too. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Right.
Hopefully East Prairie will take care of Fredericktown tomorrow night.
Yeah, and that has something to do with it, and how Scott City plays against Dexter tomorrow night will come into it as well.
Right, it could come down to points.
Exactly right. So I don't believe they have to snap it again. I think there's enough difference in the play clock. So New Madrid County Central is going to come away with a 28-27 win tonight here at New Madrid County. So, James, what final thoughts you have?
Wow, what a game. But again, as good a game it was, at times it really wasn't with all the sloppiness and stuff. But these two coaches, veteran coaches, they've been around for a while. They're going to correct mistakes. I think a lot of it has to do with some of the young guys that both teams have, but I had a blast tonight. I'd love to call this game again next week.
Yeah.
I'll probably have to, I'll probably be calling the game on the PA at East Prairie, but again, I would definitely be following this score. Definitely.
Yeah, it was a good one. You're right. Lots of mistakes, lots of penalties, number of turnovers for both teams, but it's a rivalry game. It still comes down to just a one-point game and a great field goal by the young man, the exchange student at the end of the ball game. What a feeling for him.
Yeah, I mean that's what he was. Probably one of the things he was called here to do, and he came through for the seniors on senior night, and it's gonna be happy around town. I'm going to probably head straight home and get something to eat and go to bed.
There you go. I understand.
I do have to work tomorrow.
I understand. So, final score here, New Madrid County 28, Portageville 27. Just a reminder, we've got 3 volleyball games for you next week, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That'll be on Misha TV, but Aycorp Sports will be giving you their great coverage as they normally do. So we'll be on then, and then we'll have some football coming up the week after that. So for my partner, James Hodges, this is Jim Riker saying good night and God bless from New Madrid County High School.